I hear the echoes of victory in field won before time. When battle draws so near, you will feel the same in war. Below is the battle, below one before. The memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before. Memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below and before. The memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below and before. The memory stays ever so bitter. I hear the echoes of victory in field won before time. When battle draws so near, you will feel the same in war. Below is the battle, below and before. The memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below and before. The memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before. The memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before. The memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before. The memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before. The memory stays ever so bitter. Ship must anchor, the sky is on our foes. Come so close to eternity, our shields are ready, the guns are watching the downfall of humanity. All the species are gone. The silent of the
Hello, good evening.
Yo, yo,
Hello.
yo.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome to TaleChasers on Friday.
I'm
Hosted by
Amber.
yours truly, Amber.
On
No,
Friday.
I'm Amber.
Oh, I'm Amber. This is TaleChasers on Friday. And these are my lovely
Ooh.
Stargazers.
On Friday. Hello.
Hello.
What if my name was Friday instead?
Too bad. You're a Stargazer.
Kind of
now.
rough.
It would be rough.
What if we just don't gaze stars anymore? What do we do then?
Well, you
you
guys
know-
haven't been gazing at stars for months
I was
now,
about to
so...
say
That
that's
is-
a full question because we haven't been doing it since basically the start of this campaign.
You know what? To make this canon, I'm gonna make Vincent pick up astrology as his interest.
Less.
Damn.
Very based.
It's that extra 1 point
You'll
of
be
intelligence
probably-
you got. That's
It's
like,
true.
hmm.
I now have a +1 modifier. That makes me more smarter than the standard commoner, right?
That is
Along with
They did
Lawrence,
say that the stars were the key, so why not,
Yeah.
you know?
True. Along with Lawrence, you'll be the only two people that are actually interested in the stars in the Stargazer.
Well, technically, Lawrence is interested in the Star Child, which is.
I mean, it's still star related, you know. That makes sense.
But does he know every single constellation? Puts
Nope.
glasses up. I didn't think so.
I didn't
Tell me every
think
single
so.
star right now.
Thinking about it, if I know the history of Blacklaw, and Blacklaw is right beneath the sky and the stars, then I must probably know all the star
Oh,
charts
yeah.
as well.
Of course.
I shall start it off this session. I will add that to my docket of things to do.
Nice.
Search for a telescope.
That nope, in a
Damn.
mountain.
Yeah, I'm sure someone will sell a telescope somewhere in the mountain.
I
believe
I didn't know you were like loaded. Damn.
It's okay. I can make you one for free. No, it's not. For
And
free.
as far as Vincent is aware, a standard spyglass does just as good as a normal astrology telescope, okay? It's all the same thing.
I mean, it makes sense. There's lenses, metal, a tube. It
Yeah.
just works the same.
Yeah, which is why I said, damn, I didn't know you were loaded.
Wait, is a spyglass a lot of money?
It's a lot of money.
Brandon, this is okay, Brandon, I know that you're a DM, so you should already know this, but a spyglass is 1,000 GP.
I don't think he means like the spyglass, the one that you investigate with. I mean, I think he means the one you look for land.
Yeah, that is 1,000 gold pieces. A
Yes.
looking glass is 100 gold pieces.
Is it? Oh, it's
Right.
100 gold pieces then.
Looking as it is, then.
Oh, you constructed a looking glass.
Problem fixed.
Watch me.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
gonna stop
Guys,
me?
why are all the stars like blurry and upside down? Don't
You have bad
understand.
sight. That's why. You need glasses, just like me.
Oh.
They'll make you cool.
Oh,
The
that's a good
issue
idea.
is-
Those are even cheaper than the looking glass.
He already has
Yeah.
glasses, right?
The issue, I suppose, the issue
Vincent
is
doesn't-
that
oh, yeah.
I changed all of the prices of standard pricing when it comes to the SRD and D&D.
Fair. But yeah,
Some of it
like-
was just absolutely ridiculous.
I mean,
was
yeah, like
God.
spyglass is one of those classic things where it's like someone is like,
It
oh,
needs to be more expensive,
it's like,
right?
oh, adventuring
I'm
gear.
like, why?
Yeah, let's see what we can buy, and they're like, oh, a spyglass would be. Why is it 1,000 gold?
Literally, that's like almost
It's
as
like
much as like
magic
some of the magic items.
Yeah, I was about to
It'll
say,
be
uncommon items are
cheaper.
500.
Yeah, if we think about like the price that we generally pay for an uncommon magic item, it would be cheaper for you to buy Eyes of the Eagle and be able to see the horizon 3 miles away than it would be like be able to see the
Oh.
horizon like up to an inch away from you, like with
Yeah,
the
but you
eagle,
can
with the Eyes of the
advantage
Eagle.
investigation checks.
Actually, I think you do have,
Well.
but that does also, you don't also get that over the spyglass. You get nothing.
Right. Well, in this world with 3 moons, I'm sure there's a lot of astrologers. So we just have to get an astrologer to want someone to do a job for them. So, you know, we break in, we like infest their basement with rats on
What the
purpose.
fuck?
Oh,
and then we go to them and then we
Yeah.
go to them the next day and we say, "Yo, it looks like you got a rat problem. We can help that. You
And
owe
then
me
we
a
end up in a
spyglass."
They
dimensional
open the
portal,
door. They are
and then we level up
crunching
to
away on the corpse
17.
of a rat, and they're like, "What do you mean?"
They're astrologers. They can't fight rats.
Are you sure about that?
How do you think they afforded that astrology tower? They built it with their adventuring money.
How do you know
Yeah.
Ken
No,
the
no,
Warrior
no.
did the nothing personal Ken move and exploded his enemy because he knew exactly the star chart of the Ursa Major and exploded all of his foes.
Well, just so you know,
Yes.
I am canonically adding this into my list of things to eventually acquire. I am
That is
getting
very nice.
Exploding people?
astrologer's tripod telescope.
I mean,
You
hey,
can
man.
do that.
that
We
is
can-
I
we
will,
do that.
and I will
Pretty cool.
carry it around in a big case next to my halberd.
Well, you
Then
can go walk next to Zarius and his fucking 7-pound cello
Cello,
on his
yeah.
back.
yeah, and then you have Vittorio with his 25,000
Armory.
pounds armory on his back.
Vittorio carries the entire Iron Throne on his back.
Yeah, literally. One fire breath of a dragon, and Vittorio just melts along with the steel, and it fuses on his back. +2
He will
AC
never have to
forever,
worry about a
minus
place to sit
5
again.
movement.
Let's see. The weight of the
God damn.
Iron Throne.
Please don't.
Uh,
The
Blah,
mad
blah,
But
blah.
lad.
Lawrence has that 3 feet long world map that he bought that he spent so much money on.
yeah.
I'm the only one that doesn't have a. Actually, I do have a humongous book, so I guess we are all
That's
stacked
true.
now.
Wait a second.
I
Why
think you're all
doesn't...
compensating for something, but I don't know what.
Happiness.
Here we go.
My height as a dark elf. What do you want about?
I'll have you know, I'm actually huge for a gnome.
This is. Well, okay. No, I don't think this is correct because this is that someone built like a life-size one Iron Throne.
Did they now?
Yes.
Did they follow their procedure?
A Kentucky welder builds a life-sized Iron Throne, and it weighed.
The actual one from the book or the one that they use in the show?
Did
I
they
think-
actually kill like all the people and collect their swords?
Yeah,
So-
100%.
Just wondering.
I don't know if it's from the book or the show, but I think it's from the show because this one says it only weighed about 200 pounds.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Light.
The one from the book is
Yeah,
like
the book is
it's like a 30, 40 feet tall structure.
yeah. The book one probably weighs like a ton at
At
least.
least 4 pounds.
At
At least 4 pounds. Yeah, of course.
Okay, we've been talking for 9 minutes.
Yeah.
I haven't even finished it.
This is all very important lore and backstory.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So as you can tell, there's not that many people speaking right now, and that's
Yeah.
because I only have 3 players today.
Yep.
The other 2 are dead, and so we will replace them
Yeah.
in due time. But until that time, or we can afford resurrection, which is very unlikely. It's just going to be 3 people. 3 people walking
go.
around today, but it's okay. They're not expecting to go and die yet, so it's all good, right?
And
And-
thus we
yeah,
fought
no.
an elder dragon.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. Vincent, can you give a brief recap of what happened last session?
1 sec. Let me just. I'll just finish up writing my little side quest for myself. 1 second. Okay. Okay. So, during our last time gazing at stars, our party found themselves still making their journey on the way back to the Enclave. Last time we had a bit of a more calm and kind of, I suppose, casual session in the sense that we managed to explore a lot of avenues where characters were able to be given the time to interact with one another, especially in these very narrow and I suppose samey corridors of stone that we keep dredging our way through. So initially we started off our session in an open kind of cavern-like location with bioluminescent mushrooms and a small kind of little almost lake-ish, I suppose, aspect where there were 2 wonderful people whom we found who were also making their way through the depths of, I suppose, the underground of this mountain. One of them was Kara, who I suppose the vast majority of the party believes to be some sort of incubus or fiendish being of some kind that has this ability to charm on sight, which did gain the interest of Zarius for a while, but eventually, thanks to Vincent kind of intervening, he was not succumbing to his charisma and, I suppose, charming behavior. Anyway, the other person was Antonio Delamonte, some sort of rather well-known and well-off musician from the big capital. Someone who's traveling with Kara to try and learn a new form of music called Fleming. And he's trying to find the place of origin which belongs in the depths of this mountain, where he can learn from the academics of music. Either way, after the conversations finished up and some of the trades were done with one final person, a spider head-like being called Nostalgia, who appreciated and understood and gave gifts all relevant or in some way fashioned through kind of memories and thoughts, and I suppose the key word here being nostalgia. Alas, over the time of them trading and discussing, they eventually parted ways and left this kind of cavern-like area back to trudge upwards, making their way on their return to the Enclave. A couple of days passed, but one of the things that managed to come from fruition of all of this was a couple of the characters and kind of their interactions with one another. Vincent managed to kind of open up with Zarius about a couple of, I guess, emotions and things that were being thought through. For example, Zarius was interested to know whether Vincent had any emotions or anything towards Elmari, an elven woman that they've been traveling with. And Vincent was, I suppose, awkwardly trying to move the conversation along. He seems to be unsure of it himself, and some of his doubt and awkwardness for the first time could be seen, which is not a common trait that Vincent's shown. Normally, he's quite confident. So after that conversation that they had and kind of the discussion in general, one of the nights that they had on their way back to the Enclave, he thought that maybe Vincent thought upon itself that maybe he should try and have a conversation with Amara and see maybe if she could open up and get to know her a bit more. So they engaged in a bit of a conversation, kind of casual and I guess not too full-on conversation about getting to know one another a bit more and their outlooks on what they perceive as their purpose in life, or their understanding of what they're doing, I suppose, and what they fear and what they don't. And in general, I suppose, just trying to ever so slowly peel back all of the layers that Elmari's kind of put up. Over the course of the night, after that conversation, Vittorio also had another little conversation with Elmari, doing the same thing, attempting to, I suppose, kind of disarm this wall of I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for is, but I suppose this wall of kind of threads that she's trying to keep up so that she doesn't get close to other people. They enjoyed a quick game of bone dice and then shared a drink again, and eventually the rest of the night just ventured onwards. On the final strand that they were pushing towards the next day as they woke up and pushed for another while longer, slowly hoping that someone would bring back food, but Zarius only kept going out for critters rather than bringing back anything of value.
I don't know why nobody learned after 4 days, you know?
And then blaming the
'Cause no one
party for
else
not
was-
trying to go out and find food either, and just thinking that it made sense. Eventually, Eventually, they came across another passage that is not on their map, something that wasn't depicted on the map that they have to return back to the quote-unquote surface. This untrenched corridor or cavern seems to be something that no one was interested in doing. However, eventually, after some thought about it, Vittorio, Vincent, Zarius, and Togas pretty much were all on the same boat to at least maybe check it out. Although Lawrence was very much inclined not to bother because it held no value. However, with a bit of keen wit, Vittorio, being able to read people quite well in the sense and understanding human behavior, was actually showing off a side of Vittorio that isn't seen very often. He was able to almost persuade Lawrence into wandering into this cavern for a very ginger kind of look in without having to go in too deep. By telling him that there's some sort of blasphemous idol on the inside that Lawrence would have to cleanse. And so he was very easily convinced to tread onwards. By delving into this new passageway, it turns out, with the assistance of Vincent's newly acquired item of rose-tinted glasses, he was able to look back into the past of a previous hour in this room and find out that the room that was decorated with these beast-like depictions were actually these weird slimes that have the ability to kind of mimic the shape of something else perfectly, to then trap their victims and eventually, obviously, kill them, I suppose. So, being able to see this in advance, the party decided to retreat from adventuring any further through this and managed to, well, I suppose, like I said, retreat without any issues. No one was harmed, no fights were ensued, and nothing was gained nor lost. To the end of this day, as they were getting to the end of this day where they found this other corridor, marching forward, Zarius came back yet again with a different critter, some sort of lizard that he was refusing to eat. So, as everyone started setting up camp in the last hour before enjoying another long rest, Vincent attempted to go up and find something, to which he found a, I think off the top of my head I want to say a Death Reaper's mushroom, but I'd have to double check if that's what it was called in my notes.
A False Reaper.
False Reaper, there we go. And a miniature scorpion that at most could feed one person. So, not particularly the biggest find, but yeah, and that's where we concluded. We kind of gathered back at the camp that was being set up for a long rest.
That's true. Though you missed one important thing that happened.
What was
And-
that?
When we exited the cavern, you know.
No. I didn't.
Yeah.
There was no lapse in my
Oh, of
story.
course.
Here
Of
was
course.
missed.
Yeah.
I recounted that as well as I remember it.
Oh yeah. Nothing happened. It's okay.
No. There was no tripping and
Nat 20s
bullying
and portents.
Yep. No, there was no bullying on the Tokas side of things to make Vincent
What?
fall to the ground.
Tokas
By
would
Hear my name? What's up?
You would-
By weaving the threads of fate in his favor. No, nothing like that happened.
Yeah, Tokas would never do
What?
that to his fellow. Oh, right,
What?
we're only work colleagues, really, right?
Oh, that, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
All right. So, with one long rest left to go, I think it's time to settle in and get ready for that last stretch.
Indeed.
We can do it, guys.
What if we die in this last stretch because the other two are not here?
Man, if you
No, that's possible. I'm just gonna put Zarius and Lawrence to the side.
No, kill them. What do you mean?
No, I'm gonna put them to the side, and you guys can
That's so evil.
divvy up your watches. Choose wisely.
Oh no, I don't like that.
The other two have just disappeared into the ether for the time being.
Okay, so now we have to find more party members. That's great.
Yeah, sorry.
Just recruited Vincent. Now we need to find more of them. Goddamn.
That's very. All right. I mean, I suppose I will. I can take fourth. I guess I will. Victoria will ask if Ilmari has a moment during the watch.
Shall I assume my normal position?
Sure. I still need to get into Foundry.
Come on, Gabe. You've got 20 minutes. Good God.
It's not loading. I'm gonna agree.
21 minutes.
Yeah. I guess I'll be at the third and fourth, or I guess fourth because I can't take more than one.
Victoria was also in the fourth.
Then I'll
I'll
go.
take the third then.
Okay. Otherwise, I go on the first.
Very evil of you.
I shall not. I shall not sleep this time, and I will. Indeed.
Wait a minute! I was about to say, actually.
I won't sleep, and I will indeed do the standard elven form of sleeping, I suppose. Trancing.
I don't know if anyone else trusts you in this regard, so.
Okay, you have my full trust. Not really.
Not really, please someone go.
I have
first.
something to prove, so I will do it.
I have to prove myself, guys. Please. Let me do it. Believe in me.
All right, very well.
Nice.
Vidorio, before you long rest, she can make a moment for you. You're not on the same watch.
Yeah.
Is Tori becoming an alcoholic? Does he need to drink every night now?
I just sees Omar as a big cask.
God damn, man. That's tough.
Of course.
Thing.
Yeah, she's just a cask with nice legs. That's totally
You
it.
you could have stopped at cask, to
Yeah.
be fair.
Yeah, but you had to make it worse.
Yep.
This is very disrespectful.
Yeah.
Two casks of ale.
But yeah, no, I guess this is then like as we are whatchamacallit.
To be fair,
Mhm.
because I think this would probably happen soon. As soon as Vincent would get it back, he would probably go to Vittorio to ask him if he's ever seen the mushroom that he found, which is what I wanted to do at the end, and I just realized I forgot, and I'm sure that would be of priority. So, with Vincent returning from his very poor find of one singular scorpion and a false reaper mushroom, Vincent will approach Vittorio, whatever it is that he's doing, kind of setting up the camp or anything. And Vittorio, I was out looking for some food and I'll side eye Zarius. Some people seem to be incapable of it. And I see that you know a bit to do with, kind of your herbs and your mushrooms and stuff. Have you ever seen this before? And I'll kind of just present him the false reaper mushroom in my hand.
Yeah, Tori will have a look. It's like, And yeah, Amber, do I just what herbalism check?
Yeah.
Because off the top of my head, I don't think I've seen one of these before. At least not in the campaign.
No, off the top of my head, you haven't seen one.
Yeah. Wisdom or intelligence? I guess intelligence?
Yeah, make me an intelligence.
Alright. I do believe I have my thingy. Talents background? Yes, whenever you make intelligence, nature, or herbalism kit check to determine the properties of plants, you can add your profession die to the roll.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That is indeed a thing. Alright, let's go. So it's this and this.
Nice.
That's a pretty good roll.
It's quite nice.
22, in fact. He inspects it, and yes, he for the time being he just goes,
Mm. How interesting.
It's super deadly. You touch it, you explode.
I was about
I am touching it with my hand, to be fair, so I really hope it's not.
like the first thing he remembers, like, well, prolonged exposure and skin
It
contact
gives you magical cancer.
will result in death.
Oh no, this is how The Last of Us started.
Yeah, that is true.
For a second, I mistook it for one of the other plants that I wrote, which actually is a very wacky plant that looks like a dead hand rising up from the ground. So
Oh yeah, if it was that, I wouldn't have touched
surely.
it. If it was that, I wouldn't have touched it.
Surely it's not that. No, it's not. Alright. Ah, yes, of course. Alright. Vittorio, you do know this mushroom. And despite the fact that it's called the false reaper, it's not actually a reaper. It's not I would say it's almost identical to a mushroom that is in fact very deadly. So good on you, Vincent, for not dying.
Woohoo!
So whereas an actual Reaper would grow on sites of death and misery, this one also does that. So that's just great. Like, really, the way to recognize these two is like the classic herbalism kit of this is a deadly mushroom, and then it says this is not a deadly mushroom, and they are pretty much the identical picture. So, like, good on you if you make it out alive. Anyway, while it may seem like these conditions would make for a very wicked fungi, the opposite actually holds true. They are in fact omens of good luck and wards against malicious forces that would attempt to disturb the dead upon which they grow. So, I'm sorry, but you did find a grave, but that's no big deal. There's
And
a
I
lot of
just
people
took the good omen from it. I just fucking
Yeah, people die all the time, so it's fine. It should not stop you from picking some for yourself, however, as powdering them makes for a fine defense against necrotic magics.
Hmm.
Oh,
He's
wonderful.
like looking at it. He probably has took out a book as well. We'll just flip through some pages. And he's like, that's actually a good find. Good find. You're lucky it's not. Well, it's called a false reaper. Notice the false part. There's an actual reaper mushroom as well, but that one is deadly as fuck. So, I suppose you lucked out, because the only way to tell them apart is to, well, do some tests on them. They look identical, they both grow in the same types of places where, there's been death. So you might have stumbled across a grave or something. Well, not grave, but there's probably a corpse underneath.
Disrespectful. Did I take something? Should I have not?
I mean, we're in Blacklaw. It's fine. It's not like there was a fenced off graveyard or anything. It should be fine. But this False Reaper, it's actually very good. If you turn it into powdered form, it actually helps out quite well at warding off necrotic energies.
Yeah,
Oh.
metabolizing necro energy question mark.
Do-
Also, it's like using it definitely makes you smell like your grandparents' like attic for like a week.
Oh, nice.
He leaves that part out.
Friends.
Do I know if you turn it into powdered form and then what you I don't know, ingest it, you
Snorted.
You can snort it if you want.
Okay, but it is ingested. It was that what I was trying to figure out. Okay.
Huh. Well, you can call it an early gift, and he'll just give it to you.
An early gift.
Sure. For reaching enclaves again.
Wasn't aware we were giving each other gifts for that, but
I think you deserve one, buddy.
I'd like to disagree, but I suppose I'll accept it.
Plus, you know what to do with it more than I ever will.
Well, tell you what, it's probably gonna end up with me, turning it into the powder, and then I'm probably gonna give you or someone else the powder, considering I have my my cloak to help me with necrotic energies.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
Yeah. Not that, I'm not complaining that we haven't really run into any necrotic energies since I got it, but, I haven't really seen it work yet. But I paid a good deal for it, and, well, they seem to know what they were doing, so...
Well, until you turn it into a powder that we can use, I suppose you might as well keep a hold of it.
Well, yeah, that's a good idea. Considering I'm the only one with a a treated herbalism pouch, you know, extending the shelf life and all that. And he like takes out his kit, which currently when he like unfolds it, I think let me check exactly what I have in. He has a lot of fucking shit in here. Yes. There's some lake leaf, you know, the things you could use to either preserve bodies with, or you know, or you can make rations out of fresh meat. You know, it's the same thing, really.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. He has some. He has a fuck ton of tiger's milk mushrooms of differing sizes and colorations. And there's like a little vial with. Oh, what? Amber, what color is aconite? Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Aconite.
Yeah, wolf's
Do you think
bane.
that I know this off the top of my head? I mean,
Of course.
aconite is like a purple flower, like wolfsbane is a purple flower, so.
Yeah. I guess there's probably like a purplish hue liquid in a little vial. But yeah, he's gonna pack that away, wraps it up, and closes the pouch, puts everything away.
Damn, you really know your shit, huh?
Well, had to learn it, so I try to be as good at it as I can. Also, it's helpful.
Very.
There's a lot of things you can get done with simple things from nature.
Well, you saved our life once or twice with these, and I'll show you the tiger's milk tablet that you gave me a while back. Which reminds me, I haven't come close to death any time soon, so do you want it back?
Nah, you should keep a hold of it. Hopefully by the time we leave Blacklaw, I might have maybe 2 more. 3 if I'm lucky, maybe. I want to just stock up on as many of them as possible, because, well, they have a long fucking shelf life, and, at least from what I've been told and what I've found out myself, finding tiger's milk outside of Blacklaw is gonna be, quite hard. It's not that often you, stumble your way into primeval forests, which, should be the other places it usually grows.
Why does all of the good stuff always grow in really fucked up places?
It's almost as if the more inaccessible or dangerous a place is, the better things you can find there.
Or like the harder it is for humans to come and fuck it up.
I suppose.
Well, I'll hold on to it then, and I'll put the tiger's milk back in my pouch. Well,
Alright.
that's everything. And I'll walk off and I suppose carry on helping build the settlement or the camp up.
Very well. Then Vittorio will turn to Ilmari.
You've got that face. You've got that face on your face. No, that look. She says, like, thinking for a moment about, like, Imperial Norm. You've got that look on your face. That means that you want to talk to me. You have this quite often.
Vittoria's look is probably the emote currently when she says that. He's like, I suppose I do. Yeah, no, I was going to check, considering you seemed, even though, you know, it was mostly joking around at that point, well, at least that's what I thought. But yeah, you seem quite interested in A black powder rifle I got my hands on.
What, you think me, Hexslinger, with guns, would be interested in more guns?
Yeah,
What clued you in?
it's like the rest of these guys. They usually, I don't know why, but they seem to think it's weird that I carry more than one sword. I don't understand.
I think it is weird too.
Oh no!
I mean, like a gun, they run out of ammo, right? And also I stock different ammunition and different gun. I don't understand. There's nothing different about the sword. Like, they are the same.
When you think you can trust one person.
Yeah, literally. He's like,
Betrayal of the highest order.
well, I like to have different tools for different situations. For example,
Mhm.
Clemency, when he, takes out Clemency with a ching. Clemency here. He's like, I didn't name it, by the way. That's just the name.
Of course.
It's old.
Of course you didn't.
And before I got my hands on it, for whatever reason, people that had it before, multiple owners in fact, they never really bothered to silver the blade itself, or the edge. Just, the rest of the blade.
That's probably why they're dead now.
Yeah, quite possibly. But Clemency is very good at dealing with ethereal creatures, that kind of thing. Ghosts and whatnot have a much harder time trying to, trying to take over. If you're using Clemency.
Okay. Are you going to tell me you have a different weapon for each creature type, or
No, not quite. But once upon a time, I suppose I had an S-Stock that let me use some magic to deal with undead primarily. Though I don't have that one anymore, but that's alright. Anyway, he's like, just kind of shakes his head. That was not really the point of what I wanted to talk to you either way.
I hope not.
Yes. Rifle. You were interested?
That is correct. But
Hmm.
I was not so inclined to make a trade deal with an obscenely large head on spider legs.
No, that's fair enough. The other one we met, I don't think he was joking when I asked for the price of a particular item. He just said an arm and a leg. And yeah, I don't think he was joking. So yeah, I understand why you wouldn't be too inclined.
No, I only have one of those left to give.
But, well, perhaps we could work something out. I'm not really an expert in using black powder weapons. In fact, I haven't really used them much at all.
So what did you buy the gun?
Well, something I've learned quite recently, if I think about it. It never hurts having things that you can actually trade away for, well, other things that you might actually need.
So you bought this with the express purpose
No,
of peddling it to me.
no, I didn't.
Are you sure?
I'm...
Because that's kind of what you are admitting right to my face.
No, I'm pretty sure that was not what I did. I bought
Okay,
it.
so not like consciously, but like subconsciously you did.
In any case,
Just tell me what you want from me.
I don't know what you can offer. I know that you're good with any gestures at wherever like the octopus is currently.
You want a pet?
No.
Don't you have a pet?
No, I figure that. Well, I don't know. Maybe you could make some improvements to some of the gear I actually currently use, have, or I don't know. I have no idea what you can even make yourself. So
You don't appear to be in need of much of the things that I make, Vittorio. They are for people who are not complete anymore. If you understand what I am trying to say.
yeah, no, I understand. I don't. He squints a bit. Like, I don't suppose. I don't suppose any of your replacements run off Blackstone.
She makes like she like rubs away at her nose with their index finger. She's like, "You want me to give you like, you want Ethereum?"
No, I'm wondering if whatever replacements you make, if they actually run off it, then maybe you know how to refine it.
No,
Nah.
I'm not a jewel smith.
That was worth an ask.
I am many things, you see. Just can't be everything all at once.
Oh, that's fair. Well, well, yeah. Considering what I paid for this, in terms of, wealth and whatnot,
What did
yeah.
you pay for it?
Well, if we're going to convert it into actual monetary value, then a little bit over 200 gold pieces, which, when you think about it, is quite low for a black powder rifle. And then,
Exceedingly
what
low.
you can't really put a price on is, well, I suppose, then he almost chuckles. It's like the nostalgic value of what I also handed in, but yeah, it's not really worth money in that sense.
I see.
But
I'll think about this.
yeah, I figured I'd ask. Since, well, we're getting close to the Enclave, and
Yeah, I will think about it.
all right,
Now let me do my watch.
yeah, and he'll lean in, not too close, but he leans in a tiny bit. It's like, just make sure Vincent doesn't fall asleep again.
What do you think I'm here?
Okay, good. And
Come on, man.
he'll
You did this. You did this
he'll
yourself.
he'll go and get some sleep.
Alright. Vincent, can you roll me a D100?
I definitely can.
Roll that die.
Ah!
That's really fucking high.
Didn't I roll like a 98 last time as well? I feel like last time I rolled a D100.
That's a good roll. Like high is good, right? This is D&D. The higher it is, the better.
No, the D100 is how many skeletons are going to rise from the ground.
Nice.
Nice. Just turn and
Alright.
dead them. Easy.
That reminds me, I need to invest in bludgeoning weapons. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In bludgeoning people.
Yep.
Alright. So, the first half of your watch. Everything is quiet. There's a steady dribble of water cascading down from the ceiling somewhere. Maybe behind the walls, because you don't actually see any water here.
Okay.
And it kind of tapers off into this like rhythmic sound that makes the atmosphere kind of peaceful. It almost feels like the air is less stuffy as well, now that you're getting closer to the enclave.
Nice.
You're still like 2 days down in a way from
Yeah.
the actual sky, but it's almost like it's like easier to breathe here and like nicer, and fresh air is coming down.
God damn.
Into your second watch.
Oh,
What do you mean by that?
I don't like that.
Can
What
you
do
make
you mean
me?
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this.
Give me a Constitution save.
Oh,
Oh, those are
my.
good, right? Those are good saves, right?
Yeah, man. Absolutely huge. Can I use one of my inspirations on this?
Gains
If you really
inspiration.
want to, you may.
That is that.
I
that's
mean,
like a
I'm
stretch for
going
Amber
to
say you
make
don't
you.
need it.
Nah, you know what? Let's roll with it. I don't need no inspiration.
There's fate still. Don't worry
Is
about it.
Is it a con check or a saving throw? Sorry, did you say?
Good con,
Double
right?
check, actually.
Right?
Because if it's a saving throw, then
You have good
I'm
con,
more worried.
right?
Yeah, that's why I have less HP than you.
I mean, I have like 16 con. I'm doing very healthy. You know, you can still have like 14 or something.
Actually, make it a Constitution check.
oh boy.
Oh boy, that's even worse.
It's not actually for something bad. If you don't have to use inspiration.
just-
though.
Wow, I
Oh,
can't believe he's
oh,
gaslighting
I can't
us.
believe you're gaming like this. What the hell? Unbelievable.
Because I feel bad.
Oh no!
Oh, I see.
Unbelievable.
I see
She
how
never
it is.
feels bad for us,
Yeah.
Brandon. You're getting this
There's
special
something in
treatment. I want you
Brandon
to know.
like making it like with the. I just imagined Vincent being like really
Uh-huh,
sad
uh-huh.
about something all the time. I don't
Uh-huh.
know.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But
Special treatment. I see that is.
literally.
16.
There you go. Let's go. You feel.
No. Vincent, for some reason, despite the fact that you tell yourself you're going to, stay awake this entire
Oh,
watch,
come on!
So you
you're gonna
actually
stay
failed.
awake this entire watch. For some reason, you find yourself like struggling, like trancing is like difficult, and you feel this like sleepiness like settle within you. You don't actually fall asleep, but you do feel
Oh, no.
tired.
First
Every
time you
now-
go without
like,
sleeping
worn
like you wanted
down.
to.
I suppose the only person seeing is Omari, so I suppose every now and again Omari would just see Vincent kind of slap his cheeks, be like, no, come on.
Get it together. Ugh.
At some point, you feel like you're also experiencing some sort of like auditory or hallucinatory like effects, because you're pretty sure that you at one point from the corner of your eye see like a unicorn pass by your peripheral vision.
Why am I drugged off? What's happened? Why am I being sent on a trip?
Oh man. But fortunately, you don't fall asleep, and so your pride can remain intact.
Unfortunately.
Praise the gods.
Even if you feel Ilmar's judgmental eyes upon you every now and again.
I'm just gonna like keep myself awake. You're gonna see Vincent kind of with his fingers peel back his eyelids and keep them open, like I will not fall asleep.
Sticks in the eyes.
I'll just every now and again stand up and start walking around, or like I don't know, just try to stretch my legs and get out of the tiredness. I have something to prove, goddammit.
Ilmar doesn't seem to understand anything about what you're doing. She's just like staring at you, walking past left and right.
Oh yeah,
But
it'll
she
be the
won't comment
craziest.
on it today.
It'll be the craziest witness of me pulling in weird eyes, slapping myself in the face, doing kind of laps around the camp. A squat every now and again to try and see if it gets the adrenaline running.
Alright.
Poor Vincent.
Outside of Vincent being a little bit drugged,
What happened to me?
You heard.
Just
Well,
coping. Just
you-
experiencing a mild hallucination of a unicorn, but don't worry.
Mm.
Outside of that, the rest of the long rest is quiet.
Nice.
Whomstever it is that I wake up next, it will be a very quick. It's your turn to watch, and then.
Literally a fucking loud crack. We think his skull is broken. No, he just fell on the floor
I'll
and
make
slept.
sure I fully wake them up before I do. And then as soon as they're fully awake, I'm literally just gonna crash and just fucking sleep.
bless.
So, it's a new day, a new dawn.
A new life for me.
Correct.
But are we feeling good?
I sure hope you are.
Mm-hmm.
Let's find out.
Today is the 15th. 9:24.
I found out why my foundry's not working.
Because you're using the wrong IP?
Yes.
God damn it. kid.
I had the old one in my favorites in
Time to update it.
Edge.
Only took you an hour, you know.
Yeah, it only took me an hour. But it's okay, now we're rolling.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
No, that's not true. I don't see you in Foundry at all.
Let me roll. Let me cook.
Damn, cook.
I'm
Regardless,
cooking, guys.
the last day of travel is the safest. These, this area within a day of the Enclave has been walked by so many people at this point,
Sus.
and even patrolled on the regular nowadays.
Oh, praise.
But you guys can make it back by the end of the day.
Oh, poggers.
Praise be.
2, 3. Okay. The end of the day for you being like in the afternoon for everyone else, but you guys have been walking for 7 days, so
And 7 nights.
7 days and 7 nights. Time to go back to the Deep Delvers Enclave.
No.
Take me home
Country roads,
To
to the place.
mountain mama,
Mountain Black Claw.
black claw mama,
What
Exactly.
do you mean by that?
country home.
Take me road.
Why am I drugged?
Well,
Wait, is that a unicorn?
to be fair, you did eat a scorpion.
Oh, this is
To
true.
be fair, I didn't inject you with a deadly toxin. This should have killed you in at least 6 rounds.
But we don't talk
Yeah.
about that.
I reckon I'm more
We
important.
don't talk about Bruno.
Oh yeah, maybe she did.
I reckon she like put something in my stew or something.
Yeah,
your
bet.
rations, your
In my
dry ass
water,
rations.
she put some weird ass alcohol in my water skin, bro.
What?
She freak you with
She
that,
would
with that
never do
alcohol.
that.
Mm.
Anyway,
Hemingway.
let me pull out.
Alright.
Deep Delvers Enclave.
We're pulling out Deep Delvers Enclave, or are you pulling it? Just pulling it out?
Back
That's
where
it?
it belongs.
No. To the place where I belong, West Virginia?
Yeah.
Nice, dope.
My favorite place.
East Virginia, not as much.
Alright. So your journey has led you back up through the deep fingers in an iron cage, past all of these treacherous narrow bridges and steps, until finally the little bird cage that you guys find yourselves in is back up where it belongs. You see the operator, a dwarf with a beard and also with hair, because not Balon the Beardless, gives you like a little nod as he fastens the ties of the rope. Fastens the rope back into knots, and he bids you guys a good day. You are back
Soon.
home, and everything is still intact.
Wonderful. Nothing's been destroyed.
I was about to
Nothing's been
say, damn,
destroyed.
more Skaven raids, more dragons.
Well, as soon as I see that piece of ground, then we're in the city. Vincent will drop to the ground and just kiss the floor and be like, "Oh, we're home! We've made it!"
Did not even tip him this time.
Well, I didn't think it was necessary. Are you sure you're not exaggerating? We're exactly in the brink of death.
What do you mean? Zaris brought home a fucking lizard and we couldn't even eat it.
We would have
Oh,
eaten
guys,
it
I can't
anyways.
even remember what food tastes like.
You have been one day without proper... You ate a scorpion last time.
Yes, and on that night, I swear I saw a unicorn. I got tripped up, I'm sure. I got high off of a scorpion.
Okay, well, that doesn't sound bad, as far as I remember for the tales that I've been told.
I don't think it was, but I had something to prove, and I could feel myself falling asleep, and it was a rough night.
Well, see it this other way. Whatever entity bestowed upon you this challenge wanted you to survive it and prove yourself even more.
This is true. I have proved myself as worthy. I will stand up and stop making a fool out of myself and dust off my cloak.
Off the top of my head, Zaris he didn't kill this lizard at all, right?
Nope.
No.
He wanted to take care
Okay,
of
in
it.
that
Should have,
case, he
though.
says, "You guys are over exaggerating," and he walks away, and like with the lizards on like over his shoulder, like a child, and like the lizard just like its beady eyes, like looking in two different directions, its tongue flicking out as he disappears in the distance towards the tower.
Look at those juicy morsels walking away.
For someone that can talk with animals, he really doesn't seem to understand that they don't want to be abducted.
They do want to be eaten. What a sad
Talking
day.
and listening are not the same thing.
I think that's Zaris' motto as a whole, to be honest. A lot of
Sadly, it
talking, not a
is.
lot of listening.
It's not really a good motto, though. I'd endorse some change.
Well, in any case, we managed to make it back. I suppose we should check in with Balon. Yeah.
That would be good, yes.
Let him know that we, at least for a couple of, 100 years, should have stopped the Shadow Seal from waking up. If I recall, he a bit quieter voice is like, if I recall, she didn't want any mention of her name, right?
Yeah,
She didn't want any mention of hers or the village.
Yeah,
Doesn't
she wanted to
want
keep
an-
it all very secret.
Very well.
Yes.
Let's...
I would also prefer if we did not mention my name. That would be nice.
Yeah,
no one was
My
thinking about that.
affiliations.
I'll make sure to not mention that we had to stop you from almost blowing up the mountain. Yeah, no, that's
Really appreciate it, buddy. Elmara makes like the thumbs up motion.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're still here?
Well, yeah,
She
that's
she turns to you, Vincent. Her ears kind of go like horizontal as she walks away.
Shit,
Okay.
wait,
that's great, Vincent.
no, I can fix this.
Yes. How
I'll
about you?
follow.
How about you go after her and
Alright.
tell her she can stay
She has
at
very
the
long
tower?
legs. She can walk very fast.
I am a fast runner, okay? I can cover a lot of distance.
Yeah, Victoria just yells after you. Like, just tell her she can stay at the fucking tower.
I'll put my thumbs up as I'm in full sprint after.
Goddamn. Well, I suppose it's just two of us then. We mentioned that the Shadow Steel has been dealt with. Do you think that Crevillia knows it?
Well, we should probably plan in our little visit in maybe a day or so.
That we could. It is in the way of the Den of Bones, after all.
Yep. But, yeah, let's go tell Balon for now, and let's ask about, if how things have been going with the prisoner and all of that shit.
That is a good idea. I hope nothing else transpired.
Knowing our luck, something else probably has happened, but I suppose we'll see.
Alright. I guess we'll make our way to Balin and warm him up.
Alright. Moving your way over to Aravax's fangs, you can hear the sound of the lucky loot growing, like swelling, as you get closer to it.
Oh boy.
This is also coincidentally where Ilmare walks to, like completely ignoring how fast Vincent is running around her.
I like it's one of those situations when you say goodbye to someone, you start walking, then you walk the same way.
You walk in the same
Yeah.
direction.
He's like, "Sorry, guys, I'm gonna fix this," and then we all start walking towards the lift. Like, okay, kind of
Oh,
weird.
hi guys, no
We're,
biggie.
we're not gonna talk with each other until we meet again after Balin. Okay, bye.
Alright. So, the two of you make your way to Balon's residence, which is Aravax's Fangs. The common house, which is, well, more like three, like, round buildings that have kind of been smashed together. And they have, like, a little, like, stone wall around them. And then there's this huge armored carapace hanging from a pair of shadow steel spires that, like, converge on the entrance. A trophy claimed by Balon some years ago. Aravax's fangs are busy. It is busy today. There's
fun.
people having an early dinner or perhaps a late luncheon in the common area. Some adventurers discussing things between all of them. Like maps are strewn about on the table. Drinks are being passed around. But you can find Balon in his little office in the back.
Let's go.
I think we've been gone for
At least a week.
No.
Plus. Well, it took a week from going to the bottom of the cathedral back to the enclave. That was a 7 days journey, I think.
Yeah, I think we left on the 7th or 8th question mark.
Something like that.
Uh,
I think it should actually be later. I think I might have switched the date or so.
Tell us, why is Ember?
no, I think we left on because if I
You
look,
guys left the Black Cathedral on like the 11th or 12th, so it should be 15th. Should be later than that.
travel home. We left on the we left on the 10th from Black Cathedral.
I have
should be the
memories from the
17th.
sphere at the 11th.
Oh, damn.
Okay, then it must have been then session probably started on the 10th then. But yeah, there you go. Now
It's the 18th now.
that makes that
Nice.
makes a bit more sense, I think.
You think?
Yeah, because if I looked at my notes, it was like, oh, I think that we left the enclave on the 8th, and then we traveled to the Den of Bones, and then we were there, and then we got teleported later, and I think we had a long rest at the Corvelia's place in between. So yeah, this lines up a bit better, I think.
Right.
All right. When you open the door to his study, Balon's already sat there in his chair, like muttering something, either to himself or to someone else who isn't in the room. So I guess just to himself.
I cast see invisibility. No, I don't have that. Tokus tips his hat.
Looks up from his book.
Is it evening? Yeah, it's afternoon, right?
It's like evening, but to you guys it might as well be afternoon because there's no sense of time really, and none of you have any spells that give you the ability to see time, so to you it feels like the afternoon.
Okay. Tokus will tips his hat. Good day. We have returned.
He looks up from his book and he's like, "Ah, lads. You've been away for quite a long time.
It was quite a trek, but I believe we'd harbor most positive news. Something that might ease the burden on your shoulders a little bit. And maybe everyone else here in the Enclave and the rest of the mountain, if I do say so myself.
Is that so?
It is so indeed. We had some encounters, so to speak, and I believe that our Shadow Steel problem will be fixed for the next, give it or take 300 years.
A series of like wrinkles appears between Balon's eyes and goes like all the way up to his head like a soundbar, you know, like he like frowns and he says, "Is it anything meant for closed doors only?"
Togus looks up at Vittoria. I suppose it's better to keep it closed in, yes?
Hmm.
I'll leave it up to you lads, because I was gonna go to the inn.
Oh,
It's getting quite late.
yeah, well, that it is. I believe we can fill you in with the story tomorrow. I'm not sure it's something yet worthy of being chanted by bards, lest we know that we have completely finished the job, at least.
At the very least, you must have noticed that the quakes have stopped.
That I have, I.
Mm-hmm. At least that part is working. That's good. But
You know what? Just let us go to the tavern.
fair enough.
Well, I think I would really enjoy some normal food that is not scorpions and mushrooms.
Uh-huh.
Balon smiles. I think you're at the wrong address if you're not looking for mushrooms.
Poor choice of word, I suppose.
But I was supposed to meet with Jace there, so
I guess I wouldn't mind mushrooms after all.
good lad. Let's go.
Togus
Balon
pulls
like
down his
heaves
hand over his
himself out of his
face.
chair.
Damn.
And he grabs his staff. The old man. Which is the name of his staff, is not what we call him. We don't call
Oh,
him
okay.
Old
I
Man.
see.
His staff is actually called Old Man.
Bless.
And he will wander to the lucky loot.
Right. Suppose we'll follow suit.
Indeed.
And meet up with Vincent a lot sooner than we thought.
Yeah.
This is turning out very poorly.
Meanwhile, Vincent is there like, please give me another chance.
Oh, please,
Thing.
baby, give me one more chance.
Oh boy.
So Vincent, you also make it to the tavern a little bit earlier because this is where Amara's gone. She just walked through the door, went to the bar, and started ordering a drink, like just ignoring everything you said.
Walk up as opposed to the bar and then stand next to him like, oh, you have really long legs.
Say that you like it.
I was joking. I didn't mean for you to walk off. I didn't actually mean you had to, go away. Amari?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you are speaking. Oh, okay. Well, I thought I ruined it to the point where you wouldn't even speak to me. More like payback for tripping me over?
She like kind of looks down at you from the corner of her eye and then looks back at the barman again.
Normally I'm much better at this.
Are you sure?
Yes, speaking to people is actually one of the only good things I have.
That's quite sad.
Yes,
Ilbar is smiling.
I've slowly been made to realize that is the case now that I'm surrounded by incredibly talented people. Yes, I'm slowly realizing that. Okay, how about I buy your drink then?
No, I'm not going to say no to this.
Since you seem to be quite the connoisseur of drinking, is there anything that you particularly like?
Ilmara hums as she like turns over the Lucky Loot's menu cards.
Oh, you mean like I just did on stream?
Yeah, I was literally just picking up the menu card myself. I don't think I have the backside though.
Ooh, the backside.
Should put the backside back into there.
Back into.
Hehe.
So whimsical.
I will have a Claude's Claw.
Very well. I'll call over the bartender and ask for 2 of the Claw's Claw.
Claude agrees, and we'll serve you their drink.
I'll send it over. There you go. Then I'll just look at this drink and be like, what even is this? What have I just ordered?
Pure death.
This drink is actually served in an upside down, almost like a beer horn. It looks like a claw. And it is black as midnight.
This...
And it kind of when you shake it, it shimmers with gray,
This looks... And I'll just try to start figuring out how I'm supposed to drink it. As you said, it's upside down. I'll be like, this looks nice. And I guess I'll
Mara
take
just
it.
flashes you a look again.
I shall take a sip of the beverage and pray that it
Alright.
doesn't kill me.
The
You have
black
good
liquid
constitution, right?
sloshes down your what am I saying? Yes. Your esophagus, and it kind of spreads as this warmth immediately that begins in your core and then stretches out to your limbs. And you feel a faint tingling or stabbing sensation in your chest for a moment.
That's not good.
Luckily, it just goes back to feeling warm after that.
Well, regardless of what it is, it's much better than just the water that we've been drinking constantly, so... And then I'll kind of lift up this very, I suppose, weird drinking vessel as if to cheer with her, I suppose. To making it back.
We're making it back. I think you make it a little bit too easy to believe.
That's one of my likable personalities. It's one of the many traits that you have to be able to learn how to be able to use to get people to like you.
He raises an eyebrow. You're looking a little skeptical.
Sometimes people have, gain enjoyment, a laugh out of poking fun at someone, and normally that's okay, as long as, that's the intention of it. So sometimes actually being able to be on the other end of the stick is good. It's a good tool to have. I've had to learn a lot of the different forms of conversing and getting to know people and understanding, whether you're supposed to be more open or secretive. There's certain things that you share with some people and not with others, and with some people you want to act a lot stupider than you actually are so that they are more willing to tell you more things. And there's some people that sometimes just need a good laugh, and I'll look at her and smile.
So a little bit like entertainer in a circus.
Yeah, I suppose. Sometimes I think to myself, maybe in another life I was some sort of acrobat. I'm small and I'm nimble.
Mara is like, she just blinks. And she's like, oh. I think for once I am at the loss of words.
I tend to have that effect on people. I don't know. If I didn't end up, chasing God knows how many years looking to try and find my dad and free him from the prison that he was in, I wonder what I would have ended up doing. But I feel like it would always be in some way. It would surely have to still be related to just being able to explore the world. Circuses travel, don't they? They like travel around, wandering circuses.
That they certainly do.
There you go. Seems like a perfect fit.
Perhaps you could still join the circus, when you're done with all of this.
Yeah, maybe. When I'm done with all of this, I intend to get on a boat and find a horizon that I would like to be in. Somewhere free. Away from prying predators and all of this in general. What would you do if, you were done with everything?
She purses her lips. I don't know. Work. That's what I've always done. I cannot imagine sitting still and doing nothing.
He smiles and kind of laughs as he just looks at his drink. I don't know. I suppose I wouldn't, I guess. I wouldn't do nothing. I'd just like to roam around the world, I suppose. See new things and explore other places. And I can't wait to leave this godforsaken mountain. I can't wait to see the sky again. And grass. And animals that don't want to just kill me.
Would have thought that you liked that.
What? The caves and the darkness?
The creatures that want to kill you.
Yeah. It adds to the adventure, I suppose. But I only really fight because I have to. To protect people and myself. If I can rather, disengage something with a conversation, I'd much rather do that instead. Like I said, it's one of the few tools I have.
Of course, you are one of those, what they call, what a human call, a lover, not a fighter.
I suppose so. It's a weird sentence to put it in, I guess, but yeah, sure. I don't see the point in all the constant fighting, I guess. It's a lot easier to just get along, isn't it?
It would be, but that is just not how the world works.
No, sadly not. Vincent actually told me that a while back.
I thought you were supposed to be Vincent, that this was your human persona.
No, my name's Veltair. Vincent's a name that I carry from someone that basically told me everything I know from looking for my dad. And then after he passed away, I took on his name. And yeah, he was human. But he didn't seem to gaze on me with the same eyes that, everyone else does. I'm sure you know them one.
I am familiar, yes. Veltair is a lot less appalling.
And you may call me Veltair. Normally it's only really my dad that calls me Veltair. But I suppose I can grant you the honor, and he'll do a head bow.
I suppose I will take the honor of being at the same, calling you the same name your father calls you.
I guess it's an elf thing, right? The names are interesting. I don't know.
It's an elf thing. But it's also a conforming thing. I don't feel that I owe humans the need. I don't feel I own a human, you know, changing my name.
No, and you shouldn't. You have a nice name. And I suppose it isn't as sometimes hard to pronounce as mine or my father's. They call him Ebb, which personally I think is a lot worse than Vincent.
I would say so. Yeah, that is it's even shorter. It's very sad.
I guess it is. So now that you're back here, where you're planning to go? Said you have work, but has work got a location?
I think I'm going back home. Now that this thing is not working out. I've heard rumors of this wizard called Martorius. He lives up in the mountains, near where I come from. Brilliant inventor, but a little bit of a recluse.
Sometimes
Don't
just
think I
go
would mind snooping around there, you know, see what he's got lying around.
to learn from or to steal from.
And they could be both one and the same.
I suppose they can. That's a shame.
Whether it is knowledge stolen or physical items stolen, it's all kind of the same idea, you know?
Yeah. It's a shame you're not sticking around. I guess once people get to know you, you're not that bad. As he smiles.
Probably why I shouldn't stick around. I feel that I am not so bad after all.
That's a good thing. I think maybe we've opened your eyes to maybe realizing that you're not so bad after all, and maybe being by yourself isn't what you want.
Elmara, she looks at you for a moment, and then before she says something, replies to this, she says, "Oh, I thought your friends were going somewhere else."
Yeah.
As Balon and the homies come barging into the door, like, "Hey, it's only been a couple minutes, hi."
Speaking of, yes, we are heading somewhere else. I'm not entirely sure where, if I'm honest, but I leave that to Tokas and Vittorio. They're the more leadership figures. I just kind of bob along. I'll wave at them from the distance if they can see me.
See Togas looking around, like trying to be inconspicuous, but he's really bad at it. Like his hat, he's doing a good job with his head, but his giant hat is giving away his position.
Yeah.
And then he sees you, he stops for a moment, he waves.
Yeah. Earl wave as well, and then he just points at the bar disc and holds up a finger.
Cloud will serve you guys whatever you want.
Oh, that's
So nice.
That's good, because Vittorio literally, when he walks up to Cloud, he's like, all right. Hey, I like a mutton leg, some Lucky Loot soup, and a mushroom stick. And let's start off with 2 ales.
Oh yeah, I'll take whatever he took, but do some tea for me. I'm not in the mood for alcohol.
Will that be all?
Yeah.
For now, I think.
For now.
Cloud gives you a nod. Bert will be over soon with the food.
Thank you.
He will slide you the 2 ales and a tea. Balon also orders a Balon's Fury's ale.
Very good.
As he's standing by the bar top with you and Tokas, he looks over in the direction of where Vincent's sitting. He's like, "All right, I need to talk to Jace about some stuff. You're welcome to join me though. Also, he like kind of like motions over his shoulder at the table like right behind him. He says, "That man's been asking around for you."
Blink, blink.
Which,
Turn around.
which table?
The one right behind.
Is he not gesturing at the car or at this guy?
At that guy.
Okay.
Some lad from Erlefort. He's friends with Jace.
Ooh.
I told him to go to your tower, and then your friend kind of told him to sod off. So he's kind of been hanging around my place.
You really
Our
need
apologies.
to learn some manners. Well, tell you what, I'll just look down at Tokas. I'm like, Victoria is giving Tokas the look, a look that's basically trying to imply, with all of his massive charisma, that he should go with Balon to Jace.
I'm not extremely insightful, I'll have you know.
Yes, the not very charismatic person tries to tell the not insightful person to go to Jace.
Yeah, like... I think... Is everything okay?
Actually, Jace, go to this table, because this is your friend.
No.
Yeah, it's gonking, so I imagine they're
Yeah,
the
my
same
homie
place.
Gonkin.
Gonkin, Gronkin.
No.
I guess Jonathan's also here because he's lonely. There you go. Go be with ER. Be nice for you.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if they're at the same table, and I think Victoria still gives Tokas the look, and he's like, never mind.
Go to your lady wife.
Let's go to. No, he doesn't say that. He said, yeah, let's pop behind the table. I'm gonna go and just say a quick hi to Vincent and Ilmari, and then I'll come back over. All right.
Right, well, call them over once they're done. I believe this pertains them as well.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I will clump my way over.
I can't see characters. Hold on.
Because you're not on the map. The character.
Is that a reason why?
Probably.
Right.
Mara looks up at you. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's
No, I don't believe so.
like, all right. No, that's fine. It's okay. Don't need to hurt my feelings. It's all right.
Well, I think it's wonderful to see you again, Victoria.
Thank
Mara's
you.
eyes are sparkling a little.
Well, the meeting. Well, yeah.
Ended early?
Well, yeah, short. Balon was already headed here when we showed up. Well, we gave him the most basic of the basic, and we'll fill him in properly tomorrow. Back at his office. Apparently, and he like gestures with his head over at this. Why can't I pick?
I'll peer over to the table behind him.
Apparently, the guy there, he's the. Well, I think he's the researcher that Jace sent a letter to, the one who gave us the information about you know who.
The old geezer with the definitely out-of-date mustache?
You see an older like rock gnome. This might as well be like an older version of Toka. Sitting next to each other.
Square up. Where's your big hat? I don't see it. Noob. Fucking...
Big hat Tokas, baby.
He doesn't have a big hat. He just has big scrolls and a big mustache.
Damn, he's got big.
It's kind of like Tokas's hat, except it's like growing out of the bottom of his face and going down, you know?
Oh, he has a reverse hat. He pulled the fucking reverse card.
Oh my god.
Here's my pot of greed, and I draw 5.
And he also has only like one. He only has one glass, you know, like a monochrome.
Oh, one glass? Okay, so I'm winning at least in one field. It's kind of evenly matched for now. I guess we will see the development throughout the rest of the evening. Stay tuned.
So the old geezer with the definitely out of date mustache and the broken glasses.
I think it's one of those monocles, but yeah,
Broken glasses.
that's him.
I think it's pretentious. Why not just wear two instead of one?
Oh, yeah, definitely
Good
agree.
idea.
I mean, for all we know, maybe his eyesight is worse than just one eye.
Okay, but it still looks stupid.
He looks at Ilmare, who I assume is still wearing her like glasses.
She has her like goggles on her face, and like she has the two sides of goggles, but one has the lenses that
Yeah.
cascade over it to make things larger.
Yeah, it's like
She just looks at you like, what?
no, just yeah, multiple lenses, and no, that's fine. Anyway, apparently he's been looking for us, and of course, and he looks at Vincent. Of course, Vasily didn't allow him to stay at the tower because he needs to learn some manners. But yeah, he apparently has something to talk about with us. So,
All right. I'll stand up and politely tuck the chair back under the table.
and he looks at Ilmare. Yeah, but no, before you left after Vincent's poor choice of words.
Oh, I fixed it.
Okay, that's good. Well, I was gonna say, for the time being, you can just stay at our tower for, well, as long as we're gonna still be here in the Enclave. Yeah, the tower at the. I have to Amber's. What is the northeastern side?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tower at the northeastern side of the Enclave.
You can't miss it. That shit looks like a ziggurat.
Not quite what I would call it, but yeah.
Suppose since you are so intent on keeping me around, it won't hurt.
Oh, good. He looks at Vincent. He's like, apparently my cunning plan is working. So that's, that's good.
Oh, I'm glad. You are a good planner after all.
Sometimes.
Then, I'm going to look over to Elmara. I suppose you might as well join us for this very private and necessary conversation since we are being sought out.
Oh yes, private in the middle of this tavern where I can hear Toka's breathing from here.
It is a loud breather. I was going to raise this earlier, but I never thought I should speak about it. Has he got like a deviated septum or something?
We pan over to Tokas, who's just looking at Jace and like breathing loudly.
Why do you portray me as such a horrible creature? Why do you twist the headcanon that I had in my head for this character? There's 24 pages that describe something completely different. And you ruined it in one sentence. I'm giving backstories at this point.
Oh,
Personality, ideals, flaws, all out of the window as soon as they tag as a mouth breather. Goodbye. Fucking cheats in the oh, wait, it's a Google Doc. I guess I'll have to burn my entire PC.
Mouth freezing wizards. No.
Yeah, 1 in 10 chances of not casting any verbal components because you have to breathe. Roll D10. No, fuck! I want to cast Fireball to let you breathe now. I can spend a sorcery point not to do it though.
But I'm a wizard.
I'm a wizard, Henry.
Anyway. In that case, I suppose the fucking giantess will come along to the like midget people table.
You want me to break your leg so you get the same fucking height? What is this? Disrespect on my table? You can go back.
Actually, there's also a human, so like that's fine.
Yeah,
Who's the human?
Human looks a bit sus.
The human,
fuck is
if
human?
asked by
I
you, Tokas, will introduce himself as Arith Perikar.
What?
of the rune breakers.
Or if who? Oh, it was the elven woman who was supposed to teach me, but I couldn't find her, so I opened her cluster by wasting my super precious item. I learned how to say thank you for saving my life, bro.
Uh-huh.
Nice, nice, nice.
She looks pretty human though.
I mean, are the ears the same in the picture as they are on the character?
She has so many large curls, it is hard to tell.
Not on the token, it isn't. It's really not
Leave my
hard to
token
tell.
alone!
No hard to tell, those point ears. Also, I can't believe you're not using new art for Jace.
Oh, I should use the new art. Where did I leave that though?
I don't know, I have it if you want.
Yeah, I'm sure you have it.
What do you mean?
Oh boy.
I'm sure you have it. I don't have it. I don't know where it went.
I'll
you please
post it
share
in
with me the-
Stargazers. Don't laugh at me.
I'm like reorganizing my NPCs because I have them saved in like 5 different
Yeah,
places
of
and
course
it's
you
not
did.
working.
Damn,
Bet.
are you telling me that
I'm chaos.
yes, you're chaotic and sometimes a scatterbrain? What?
I'm
I actually
literally
have a
stupid.
folder with every one of Arkona's account's character images, just so if Amber forgets them, I have them ready.
Oh wow, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
I have it at least for whatchamacallit,
Oh, that's
player.
sick.
I see.
Ah,
I
jeez,
see
you are-
what Gabe is into.
What?
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 Me? Where did you take that from?
Nothing
What do you
to-
mean?
What?
What?
Oh yeah, wait, I literally updated this myself. Why didn't I? Just
Did
take
you
that
update
one.
it yourself?
I mean, yeah, I'm not stupid. I know what I'm doing.
No, you're
So
Amber.
we just save it again.
I'm not stupid. Let me just say it one more time.
Let's say it one more time.
One more time.
Alright, that's Jay saved again. So, where were we?
Back into the future.
Yeah, we're
Ah,
all
okay.
crowding around the table.
Alright.
Carousing,
It's
as
getting
they
very
say.
busy at this table, but that's okay. Everyone in the tavern is pretty much one now. Melding into each other.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so why am I here?
Shh. It's fine.
So wait. Shh.
Tokas!
Yes. Hello.
She
That's
smiles at you. She waves.
I like pull down my hat a little bit. I can wave back.
So, you're back.
Hello. Yes. We are back. I think that I'm here, so I guess that means we're back. Yeah. That's the
He's part of
expedition.
this.
The expedition was successful and no casualties. No one lost any limbs. No gravely injured. No lightly injured. Yeah. Many things happened. Like a lot of things. Kind of looks around a little bit in the tavern.
Uh-huh.
Bit of a crowded place. Are we supposed to talk about it here right now? Also, it turns around. He pulls out a hand out of his long robes. It might put on my rudeness. I am Tokas Moltendop. It's a pleasure to meet you.
The like older gnome turns to you.
You could be my
Tokas-
dad. Just
You could
saying.
be- I could be your dad if you want
Whoa,
me
oh my
to.
God.
Wait.
Maybe
Jay-
I am your dad.
Jace,
Whoa.
Jace immediately stabs him when he says that.
What do you mean with it?
Jumps over the table, wrench in hand.
Let's go throw hands, old man. Let's throw hands. That's my gnome you're looking at there.
Whoa. What do you mean by that?
He like clasps your hand in his own. Like he like grabs it with one hand, puts the other hand over your hand, and then he like animatedly like shakes it up and down. He's like, it is so good to see you, Tokas. Yes. Oh wait, no, I am the Gaunt King. It is so lovely to see you. Jace has told me so much about you. In fact, she just talks a lot about you, like a lot, like the whole day.
His face goes kind of pale. His glasses slightly slide off his nose. As he blinks, freezes for a second, and then shakes his head a little bit. I'm glad know she already introduced me. Well, she talked a lot about you as well. I've seen your notes; they're very detailed and they helped us a lot. In fact, figure everything out. I must thank you again in the name of the Stargazers. I don't think without your notes we would have ever found out the place and subsequently save the entire mountain in a way.
He adjusts his little monocle on his face. He's like, "Oh well, I'm just doing my job, doing the things I love, doing the things I care about, and helping people out along the way. That sounds so splendid to me. But please, I need to know more about. Did you said you went to? Yes, you went to see her. Yes. You used my notes, and then you found her. Yes, the White Queen. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Blinks.
I just gotta look at Toka.
I'm
I
also
look-
just gonna three-way stare at this. I'm just gonna be like,
Let's say that your note helped us a lot. There is a little bit of there's something that maybe it's better kept for more private quarters, but
Oh yes, of course. No, I completely understand. No, of course, that makes total sense to me. Mm-hmm.
but we did find some interesting places. For example, we were able to locate where the origin of the Shadow Steel was, and I suppose quell it for the next few decades, or well, centuries, I suppose.
Goldkin's eyes go wide, which makes the monocle pop out of his like eye and like go blink, like hanging down from a little like metal chain. He's like, he like reaches into his like breast pocket and pulls out a tiny notebook and he begins scribbling things down. He's like, the origin of the Shadow Steel, you say? Yes.
I do
We are talking
believe.
about the extraplanar entity known, the yes.
Yes, to be specific, the origin of the Shadow Steel present here in Arkhona. In Etharis, actually, because they call it Etharis, right? Yeah, Etharis.
Mm-hmm. He breathes in.
He's also a mouth
Fascinating.
breather.
He breathes in through his nose.
Probably a, it's
also
probably
breathes
a,
really loudly.
it's a gnome thing, you know.
Yeah.
They're like pugs. They have deviated septum.
Oh no!
Yeah, there's something wrong with the way they were made.
Goddamn stop. Oh
Fascinating.
yes, I have actually learned a lot from these travels. I'm somewhat of a historian myself. I do like to collect bits and pieces of knowledge, and kind of turns around to Jace as well. There is many tales to tell. I've also brought back a few samples, items of sort of to analyze. I haven't had the time yet, but there's no laboratory when we travel. But there might be some things we might discover by examining them, specifically some very ancient weaponry, some old technology that I have managed to recover. Difficult to operate, but it might reveal to us some things that are very much unknown to many.
Gold Kid makes this huge hum. He says, When I came here, I did not bring all of my equipment, but I must admit that you have me quite entranced and thrilled with these discoveries, more so than I could have ever imagined. I mean, I should like to invite you to my laboratory at the college to study these samples further. If you would like, that is. I mean, I can understand if you would like to stay at the mountain. I mean, I loved my time here, and I loved staying here, and I begrudged the day that I had to return to the college myself. But, of course, science must be done, and we can't always do it everywhere, and like, we have other responsibilities as well. But what I'm trying to say is, if you would like to study the samples further, and you would like to do so he goes off on a tangent about, like, the
Bless him.
Erlefort College.
Bless him so much. I remember what Erlefort is, though. I'm sure
It is
Tokus would
a-
remember. I'm sure Tokus would remember. He's like,
Togas
20.
would remember. It is a college for mages in a northern Burag.
In the Northern Bureau, would you say it's close to Landhouse? Or more like Duesenberg and those places?
It's on the map, I think, as well.
Oh, it's on the map. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, Erlefort. It's right there. Okay. All right. Yeah. Tokus nods. Well, that would be an incredible chance. Yes, of course. I would love to do such a thing. Though, I do believe my group and I are headed to Oldenheim, the capital, in fact. We wanted to book the train out from Landhaus, and once our business is dealt here in Backlaw and then subsequently in the region of Graffendom, we were thinking of making haste towards the capital. Though, I suppose perhaps a detour could be made. It would be lovely if you could arrange something like that. Of course, I would let you know, without hesitation. I would have to consult my companions, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
Vincent looks around. I guess we classify as the companions.
Looks around. I suppose I do. I mean, Lawrence and Zaris are still missing, so I guess we'll have to talk with them as well. But I suppose a chance to get more knowledge shall never be thrown out the window like this.
I can talk about it when we're all around and well, we have a bit of a better time frame.
Suppose that's true. It's not like we're in a hurry.
You probably have telescopes there, right?
Well, yes, of course. How else would I study the outer planetary constellations? Many possible
He said
entities.
the word!
entering.
Interesting. He'll make a note of this.
There's the minimum amount of equipment required, you know?
Oh, yeah, of course.
The woman with red hair and warm yellow eyes at the table has been, like, kind of silent this whole time.
Lovely,
She's
yeah.
wearing this sky blue, like, wrap, which looks to be made out of this quite rough material. And her hand is kind of, like, stretched, like her right hand is, like, stretched out beside her, a bit in the direction of Vittorio, where she has this very large staff that has been topped with a huge crystal bowl.
Ha,
Which
is
has
my
an eye
staff
in
bigger
it.
than hers?
I mean, I would say that they are, like, almost the same size.
But who is winning? Who has the bigger staff is what I want to know.
Oh, yours probably a little bit bigger.
We won.
Ego acquired.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She's kind of like, she's been studying you this time with her eyes, like, a little bit squinted, and then she says, I use those Stargazers I've heard of.
Turns around. Yes, that I believe we are. I'm glad that you heard of us. I guess that's a positive thing or a bad thing depending on what you heard of us. Do I recognize this woman?
You don't, but Lawrence would have recognized her staff.
Her staff?
Yes.
What does a staff look like? Oh, you already said it. Never mind.
Yeah. The bowl was something that Balon held onto when he during the
mute-
Halloween.
Yeah, I was about to say when he did the minecart thing.
During the Old Balon cashed in a favor, and he said me and my crew to check up on that keeper's place.
Sitokus's eyes kind of glinting up. There's a little bit of a sparkle behind the
She
glasses.
says, I do wish, Stargazers, that we'd have known what we were getting ourselves into in advance. That would have been nice.
Did trouble arise? Well, I'm assuming so. Why else would you say such a thing? So dumb. Were you able to, well, deal with the situation? Is everything okay?
I'm still alive, am I not?
That is true. I guess your well-being is more important than anything else. But, is she still there?
Mm-hmm. That she is, yes.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
good.
Yeah, as I said, quite a bit of danger. You put me in there,
Well,
especially with this, when I have this puppy on me. She says, like, twirling the staff around, and the eyeball within it, like, roves from side to side.
Can I make an Arcana check? Or, I guess, yeah, an Arcana check to figure out what I'm looking at. What is the nature of this stuff?
Sure, go ahead.
Vittoria will mention.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Epic start of the session.
Yeah.
The staff is of a wooden design, and it has obviously this eyeball set within it, like the crystal ball. It's like almost like topped within it, and must be able to be taken out because Balon was holding only like the eyeball thing.
True.
But some of the carvings and like little trinkets that hang off the various branches in this staff give you an indication that what you are looking at maybe like a hag item.
Oh boy.
Amber, I will ask you a bit of a question right now
Uh-huh.
because I know that I saw someone break a staff of the Archmagi once. I saw someone break a staff and then explode and then maybe die, maybe not.
The
So
staff of the Archmagi.
okay, okay. It would be pretty bad if it was, but I'm glad it isn't. Cool. So it's like a staff with some minor what is it? Minor enchantments. Like you pull one off, it has a little bit of an effect, kind of thing.
I wouldn't say that. You don't know exactly what kind of staff this is, but you do know that it is decidedly
It's of haggish nature, fayish nature.
it's like of unseelie fey nature. Yeah.
Ooh, I see.
This is
Well,
not exactly what it looks like, but I will post a picture of it, like something similar
okay.
in Stargazers.
That is
brother.
an interesting staff. Yeah.
Oh man.
She peels her face off because it is me,
It is
Mother Bloodstone.
always has been
Actually,
Douglas if you miss me.
Ferris, why don't you tingle your jingle and see if it wingles?
Well,
Decapitator here right now. It could be a quick swing, you know.
Yeah.
Well, get rid of this.
well, you say that, but Victoria did spot a little boy down in the corner when we walked in, which means that yeah,
I hate little boys. Fuck.
it doesn't matter if
I hate familiars.
yeah, it
They
doesn't
are the
matter if I
worst.
do that, because then yeah, the little ossuary hound is probably gonna make it so that it's like, yes, there are fiends nearby.
God damn,
But-
you also rehound. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
But yes, Victoria, he was. I almost forgot what I was gonna say. Yes, because she said, "Oh, it would have been nice to know what we went into." And he's like, "Well, I mean, we did give Balon as much information as we had. I mean, I suppose we thought it was someone or something else at first, but as soon as we realized it wasn't, we updated Balon in the hopes that he would update whoever he sent there. I hope not a lot of lives were lost because of this.
Well, I hope none were lost. Sincerely.
Well, ideally, yes.
None is indeed correct.
That's good.
We are somewhat seasoned.
That is great to know. I've actually heard of the Rune Breakers before. I heard that you're also a very powerful mage. I've just recently began my studies, I suppose, again. I am thankful that you people took up on the offer. I don't know what would have happened if she were to be released.
Aerith gives like a small. She like flashes you a small smile. The mountain is full of assholes, is it not?
I suppose it is. Yes, we have to work together to protect it in a way.
Exactly.
Don't mind me asking, since, to be honest, I can only guess what she actually was. What was it? Oh, it Was it a hag or something of that sort?
You could say that, yes. Mother Bloodstone. How would I call it?
Oh. Okay.
A hag, yes. But a bit of an older one. We call this type grandmother. And our particular type, a grandmother night hag.
Jesus Christ. That's like, so she's bad, but she's also worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
That's
Aren't you glad you have her in your head, bro? That's a high C or
Yeah, Vincent is definitely just looking at the ground. He's got his hands like over his head and he's just looking at the ground.
sounds very smart.
well, that sounds a lot worse than what I think most of us thought.
Well, in a way, in another way, what I saw sort of warned me before we met her, so I suppose I had it coming.
She, Aerith hums. She says, You don't see them so often, especially not in the employs of others.
Is
But
she?
rest assured.
Oh. Now go ahead.
Yes.
Is she in the employment of a certain cloud giant?
Aerith hums again, then she nods her head to confirm.
Ah, things are starting to make a lot more sense now.
Yeah,
A couple of years ago, I acquired the staff outside of the mountain. While identifying it, I saw that in order to gain her service, Ulon gave up his own eye to have her craft this.
What the fuck?
Had the two been united, that would have been kind of disastrous, Aerith says. So that was the thing I was a little concerned about.
I can imagine. I didn't know this bit of information, but I did see what would have possibly happened before. But didn't know about Yulan's eye, which why I was so puzzled at the time. But I suppose it makes more sense now that I have it in front of me. Where did you find it, if you don't mind me asking?
A wandering tradesman sold it to me in Northernland.
Inciting that if I can.
Did he have a huge head and perhaps spider legs?
'Twas no wandering head.
Ah, well, at least they're just here. Okay.
It said there might be more to this story, but it doesn't sound like she's lying, at least.
Okay.
She found it on a merchant. Maybe she didn't pay for it.
Average
You know?
adventurer life.
Yeah.
I found it with
Okay,
a merchant.
he was dead. He was dead. It was already there.
So,
like
as far
after
as
I
I'm
fireballed
aware-
him.
Yeah, so can I at least understand that maybe the merchant part is right, or is it just segments of the story that are clearly not
She
exactly?
definitely obtained it from like outside of the mountain, like the part where she's talking about like a merchant that's traveling around outside of the mountain, supposedly with items that come from the mountain, sounds a little bit like
Weird.
Yes.
it's a little weird.
I mean, I imagine it's not unheard of, but yes, this is a bit weird.
Some people do, take items from here and sell them outside, but most of that stuff goes through Jace
Indeed.
because it's easy.
Okay.
And convenience is key, guys, when you're trying to run a business.
That is true.
Well, I suppose you will manage to fix the crack in the dome, then maybe?
That as well. She shouldn't be able to break free.
You see Tokus's eyes glint once more as he fixes his glasses with his nose. Did you now? That's very interesting. Wouldn't you mind telling me how? Maybe later, I suppose?
I don't mind at all, no. I'm going to be here most of the evening, so... I don't think we're set to get out for another few days again.
Tokus nods. Don't believe we are in the same situation. Well, I suppose this matter is concluded, and most other related as well. I hope there has been no negative development in the Enclave while we were gone.
I must admit... Actually, no. She won't reply. Jace will instead, like jump up in her seat. She's like, actually, it's been kind of quiet. For about almost a 10-day now. Yeah.
Oh, are you trying to imply that we're the reason everything goes to shit?
Oh, I would never say such a thing, Vittorio.
It might as well just be it at this point. The probabilities just point towards it.
I don't think so. I think you guys have just cleared away all the issues. It's never really been quiet, and now that it's quiet, well, I think it's just making people itchy, and so a lot of people, a lot of groups have just gone out again.
Fair.
Or planning a new expedition at least, and that's good. It's nice. I've been getting a lot of people coming in, bringing new stuff in. So if you want to take a look at that later, that's tomorrow. I'm free. Like if you want to hang out, I would really like that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, we people still need to, settle things up, just to wrap things, and
yeah,
and then I'll be there.
Okay, good. So yeah, that Gonkin arrived. You know that because he's sitting right there. Gonkin is like writing in his little notepad, just lost in his own thoughts. And so Gonkin arrived. What else was there? Oh, the little very big, tall, intimidating woman, the Inquisitor. She left. She did sniff around at your tower for a while. I went to check up on your friend. He seemed really upset and he didn't really want to talk to anyone because she kept being around there, and I think he was really uncomfortable. So I left him some stuff out, but I don't know if he actually took it. I think everyone is kind of keeping to themselves though. The dragon also didn't really want to hang out with me. They kind of just didn't come out. I heard some noises, but I'm kind of afraid to go into the cavern because what if they just and just eat me? Imagine that. She says.
Yes.
Your food has been served, by the way. Bert is at one point during this talking, Bert is slid in, inconspicuously, sliding a whole plate of mushrooms and meats. There's definitely some extra stuff in there that you didn't order.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah.
But the plate is super cute. I think you might have seen the mushroom stick plate before, but it's basically this almost campfire looking construction with all these little skewers that meet in the middle. But there's mushroom sticks and there's also
inconspicuously Tokus has been eating since the player has arrived because he cannot stop himself. His stomach is fucking speaking for him.
Victoria is definitely, as soon as the plates came, he's just started to dig in. He ordered a lot of fucking food.
Yeah, same here. I'm a big eater. Well, that's wonderful. Why, is there a reason why Scrackle is on edge? Has he just been bothered?
I don't know. I don't want to ask. I don't want to pry because I'm pretty sure the whole eating thing and we got I feel like we were really getting a little bit closer. We just go hang out and talk, but they were acting really grouchy, and then they didn't want to see me anymore. So like I don't really know what's up with that. I don't know if I'm into it. Like
Oh,
the whole
yeah, yeah.
the fear of being eaten and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, I completely understand you. It's not like
But I hope they're not sick because that would make me kind of sad.
yeah, I'll probably, yeah. I mean, me and Zarius
Hmm.
wanted to go check on him, so I suppose maybe tomorrow we could pay him a visit if you feel like it. Of course, if you don't, we can do other stuff, and probably I'll visit him later, and then we probably can do it like another time. Maybe I can ask him if there's any problems.
No, I will go with you. I will like maybe not like inside the cave, but like I will walk there with you. We can do that and like just walk there in the cold hands and stuff.
But
Like that'd be like that's
yep.
just like no.
I, he looks down at the plate, starts eating mushrooms very stressfully.
Man.
So yeah, that's kind of like the scope on what's like going on here at the moment. Yeah. But like I would love to hear more about everything you guys have seen and done and heard. And I don't really know you. She says you're like really tall. She like points at Elbar, and Elbar is like,
Well, we found this woman deep down in in Black Claw. The escort she had hired sadly didn't make it, but yeah, she decided to at least tag along since we were headed up anyway.
I'm very sorry to hear that. Um, I couldn't bother you to like report that with Balon like in the morning, and like he could make a note of it, like the people who like because like maybe they have like family here, or maybe like you were like you didn't come through here. That's also fine, I guess. But like it would be like really nice.
Answer yourself.
Ilvara
No.
nods like
Oh, she only
Ilvara,
nods.
like,
I
she
see,
nods
Amber.
and says, "Such a thing could be arranged." All right, thank you. That I really appreciate that. Like yeah. Good. I like your goggles. They're really nice.
What does Ilmara say?
What's Mars? The little times we can actually do this, it's awfully enjoyable.
Ilmare looks down at the halfling who also has like a ponytail, also has large pointed ears, also
Doing his
has
style.
also looks down with the goggles. She says,
Fuck, I need goggles. I can't relate.
"Yours are not so bad either."
They are coming friends.
You could use some lenses, perhaps. Jace is like, she touches her hand to her goggles for a moment. She says, "Oh well, like I have this little thing at home. It's like she makes like a circular like OK symbol. She's like, it's like this, and I use it to like study gems or like magic items and stuff. That's quite handy as well. Like because like then it's not like stuck to my goggles, and I don't have to put my goggles on. Like because sometimes it's just like really annoying. Little like kind of like kinch around my face, and like it just gives me this like weird outline when I just yeah. But like I think it's a good idea. Maybe I should like just also like incorporate that into the design. That'd be kind of nice.
I think your device is. I mean, I've seen it, and it turns around to Ulmare, and I mean the device itself is marvelous. I think it's pretty cute. Fuck, no, I mean cool.
Victoria almost chokes on a
and,
piece of mutton.
and
Omar like goes silent. She looks at Jace, and then her eyes, which kind of like
No!
glitter
no,
in this like pearlescent sheen, then glide over the tokens, and then back to Jace again, and she just says, I see," and then says nothing else.
but I mean, yeah, I suppose we could work on some lenses. Actually, I've uncovered a device. Mari, I'm not sure if you've seen it before, but do you remember the observatory room?
Oh, to forget.
I actually plucked out the orb. It's supposed to be a map sort of device. I'm not sure if you're interested in it, but I was going to investigate a little bit further. For maps usually lead somewhere, so I thought that it might be worthwhile investigating. Perhaps the technology and then whatever that content of the object might be.
Ilmara, like, she, like, her brow furrows for a moment, and she's about to reply, but then Jace is quicker. She says, "Wait, found a map? What kind of map?"
It's a and Tokus pulls out. It's in a cloth, so that no one may lay their eyes upon this maddening object unwintedly. And it puts it down. There's this little ball. It's highly advanced. Something that comes from eons ago, even. And I know it sounds quite funny if I say it out loud, but I suppose it actually is the truth. It's supposed to work throughout light mechanisms, and it reveals places that I have never before myself seen, and it's quite an interesting device. It's surrounded, mechanical, and I supposedly works throughout magic and, well, yes, photons, as I mentioned before.
What do you mean places you've never seen before? Like in the mountain?
I believe outside. I mean, not outside the mountain, I believe more outside.
It's a moment of silence. Did you find it?
The place or the map?
The map.
Yes, it's this. And he looks at and he points at the ball wrapped up in a cloth. I'm not showing it here because there was a not very sane person around it, so I fear that it might have some repercussions if just investigated carelessly. Is what I mean.
Could it be? She says that she, like, makes eye contact with Gonkin, who's, like, finally looked up from his notes. Like, he's finally found something else to like, you know, be interested in. And he looks at her, and she looks at him, and they both look at the thing.
I look at them.
The map to the multiverse. Says Gonkin only slams down his booklet on the table.
I blink.
I told you it was real, Jace! I told you it would be in the mountain! I know what you're saying, Gokin, and I never said I didn't believe you, because I said look, I was just being skeptical, and it's, like, very healthy to be skeptical when we are doing science. I'm just saying that how could you make a map of, like, a different multiverse that you've never been to? Jace, in a place where there's infinite layers of reality, there is a way, and there will always be a will is a way, and someone must have gone out into the multiverse and mapped the multiverse, and they have done that and then brought it back here for us to see and find. Gokin, you know for a fact that makes, like, I mean, in a way, if we, like, put our minds, like, expand them right now, like, that makes a lot of sense. But you also gotta hear me out. Like, why would it just be here at the bottom of a mountain? Listen, Jace.
Like, Tokus will, like, raise up a hand. I believe I have all the answers to that. In fact, I'm sure it'd be wonderful to go.
They
Talk
turn
up.
to you simultaneously. We must know everything.
Yeah, of course. I would be very happy to share these stories with you. As Jace mentioned, being skeptical is always good in the spirit of
That's what I was
sci-
saying. Yes, that's
Mate.
like that was me. You know, like be
Yeah,
a healthy dose of
mhm.
skepticism.
I agree. I mean, every theory must be tested and proven either wrong or right.
Vittoria takes another bite and he's like, I think what Tokus is about to say is probably what he knows is best for a private setting.
I mean, it probably isn't
Yes.
good to share it. In the tavern is what I mean.
Gokin is like gone off on a tangent to Jace about like how talking about the multiverse is like, like theoretical physics. It's not the same as like physical physics, like it's about abstractions
It's
and models and
metaphysics.
rationalizing and like explaining and predicting these things and not just so much about everything that is tangible, like you gotta open your mind to it.
Yeah, you gotta be woke.
And then they both like he turns to you again and he says, "To Jace's place!"
Oh my
He
god.
jumps up out of his seat.
I blink. I look at Jace. I wait for confirmation or any other sign of yes, you may use my house.
She just like gives you like a small head tilt and like a smile. We can go there if you would like,
I would really like it. Yes. And looks around at Vittorio and Vincent. I'm gonna be busy for a bit. I will see you later. It's been a pleasure to meet you. And it turns around to the woman. I would love to chat more about what happened in the cell. Perhaps as soon as I'm done here. Enjoy the meal. And he
Of course,
kind of
I understand that you need to get back acquainted with each other or something. Aris says as
Yeah.
she like nurses her drink.
he starts moving. He stops. His head cranks around like a little bit weird, and it says, "It's not like that."
Yeah.
And before going away, he like steps back a little bit, puts a hand on the table, swishes out the plate, and then starts going out the tavern.
Yeah, Vittoria will just, without looking at him, it's like, I'll see you tomorrow then.
Maybe the next day. Bye.
Vincent, who's since the conversation about the night hag has been kind of a bit off steady and just kind of looking down and not really concentrating on anything, just kind of gives you a wave and just says, "Yeah, see you, Tokas."
The sound of like half a dozen small people feet thunders out of the tavern. Ilmara stands up and takes Gokin's seat.
Yeah, fair enough. I will take Tokus' seat.
After a few
So
seconds,
yeah, it was
I will also
definitely
take
like
that.
Yeah, Vittoria's like, oh, yeah, ever since, what was it, the Festival of Hearts?
Festival of Hearts, huh?
I think that's what it was called. He looks at Vincent.
Oh, what? Yeah, it was.
Well, Eris, I don't suppose you'd like to, I guess, tell us what went down?
Hardly anything more. No shit.
Oh no!
So many NPCs. I can't take it anymore.
Overload.
It's happening. It's real.
They're all melding into one in my brain.
What if we are melding?
She
our
looks up
brains
from her
together?
drink, like placing it back down on the table with a clink, and she says, hardly anything more than a scuffle, really.
Well, I hope that...
Almost came face to face, but luckily we did not, because that would have been a disaster.
Don't tell me twice.
I hope the dome didn't open.
I wouldn't be that much of a fool now.
Well, not as much about being a fool, but yeah, I get what you mean.
She did zap my pal, through the
Totally.
hole.
Well, no, yes, I'm actually surprised she managed to do that. Considering we fixed the anti-magic, the
So she can
obelisk
still
field.
She can still use her magic.
Well,
Vincent will look over to Aerith I guess expecting an answer.
Or like there's like a wave away. We fixed the dome. It should be fine now.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Cut her
it's-
off from the outside world as much as we can.
yeah, the dome itself, you know, the cold iron. I imagine that should put a stop to well, any attempts to give passersby visions and that kind of shit.
Earth nods.
Hmm. That's good, he says, and he uh takes another bite, and then he like not what's the word, inconspicuously looks at Vincent, and then back at his food.
Ilmara is not so inconspicuously staring straight at Vincent.
Oh boy.
So, if she for some reason had any bounds to anyone, and outside of the dome, they would be severed.
If she for any reason had some sort of bounce to anyone. So like, in what way are we talking?
I don't know. Just some sort of, I don't know, puppet or something that maybe she still has wandering around in case she has a fail-safe to release her or something. You know what they're like.
Like familiars?
Sure, or maybe dormant puppets. Like, for example, putting her magic into something and then being able to activate it later. Basically, does she still have some sort of communication with things outside of the dome? Through things that she might have linked before being in it.
Or like scratches at her, like her huge mass of curls for a moment. She says, I mean, familiars are a strange thing, but they already exist. There's not much to be done about it. That's just out there until they, well, inevitably croak. You know that's what happens to things out here in the mountain.
Right.
Oh. Well, I suppose that's good then. I was worried about that crack. Would have liked to fix it before we left, but yeah, we were on a tight schedule, I suppose.
That's all right. You can rely on the rune breakers to take care of stuff.
I'm glad to hear it. And it's good no one actually got hurt badly. Suppose at least that's one less problem for Black Hole. For a while at least.
Could you please repeat the last sentence that you said?
Vincent's a bloody good liar.
No, Victoria just said that, yeah, good, that they can be counted on, and, that at least that's one less problem for Blacklaw for the
For the
Enclave.
foreseeable future, at least, yeah. I'm sure something will crop up here now and again. As they always do.
And they didn't have any run-ins with, let's just say, some cult-looking people on the way there and or back.
No. occult-looking people. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than that.
Oh,
Come
well,
on, you run into them quite often.
well, I suppose
People of all walks of life are drawn to Black Hole.
that's true. Well, I assume Balon should have given you the necessary information. We did fill him in on everything, so
Mm-hmm.
that's good to hear. Victoria's gonna try and get Cloud's attention,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, what were they called? The Balon's drink.
Balon's Fury?
Furious Ale.
Balon's Furious Ale. Yeah. He's like, I'd like 5 of Balon's Furious Ale.
Coming right up.
Thank you. He's kind of looks over at Vincent. Like, well, hope you're gonna eat something.
Yeah. No, I actually ate something here with Elmari earlier, so don't worry about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I
Recall eating anything?
look at Ilmar.
I don't recall eating anything, like I could go for a bite.
I guess I was just a fast eater. If you'll excuse me, and you'll kind of stand up. I'm really tired from coming up from 7 days underground. Kind of takes a toll.
Oh, were you under the impression that I was going to drink those 5 ales on my own then?
Oh, I've seen you put away more.
God damn. Drunk dad Vittorio.
It's like, well, no, you haven't.
No, I guess I haven't.
How about you at least finish that one before you call it a night?
Sure. I'll sit back down.
Good.
I thought you of all people would enjoy being around a bunch of loud, rowdy people again.
No, yeah. Totally in my element. I guess I'm just a bit tired. It must have really caught up to me. Trying to keep myself awake to not fall asleep again. And, cause us another issue.
Squints at you. Right, of course. Perhaps it is good that you go catch some sleep then. Soon.
Sure, it would be rude of me to not stay for another drink after I just said yes, so I'll stay for one more.
Alright.
Good.
In that case, you guys can have your last round of drinks.
Before you die.
Stop. Oh.
Eventually, I'll try and make small talk to try and, I guess, try and side link. He's clearly cottoned on that people are aware, so he's going to try and make side comments and be like, so, rune fighters, breakers, killers, whatever you said you are.
Uh-huh.
Interesting line of work. Is it like an adventuring guild type thing, or do you just do it for the money, or is it a noble house thing, or?
I don't know, what do you do it for, Stargazer?
Well, not money, that's for sure.
You can say that again.
Don't say it, it hurts my heart because I'm supposed to be a merchant.
Have you considered asking for money?
Oh, well, that's exactly why I'm asking her there. It seems that we're doing a very similar job, but you seem to be far more well off than we are.
Yes,
Are you certain?
Wait, what,
I don't know.
staff with
When's the last time that you had to eat rat skewers 7 days underground because you can't afford food?
We can afford food.
Well, that's yeah. Victoria's like, oh, that's not much about affording food, as in we ran out
know-
of rations.
You know, now that you say that, I have a pretty funny story about me and my pals when we weren't yet the Rune Breakers. About that time in Altenheim that we signed up to a rat quest and we came out. We went down into the sewers
Wow.
and we
You're not
came
gonna
back
do it.
with the rich. We came back with the riches of a city. That once was.
And 3 people less.
Oh,
And 10 levels more.
sounds like a good deal. You know,
And-
guys, I think I'm over saving the world. I think we should pick up rat quests.
Well, I mean,
You did get free place to stay when you guys still solved rat quests. So,
yeah. Victoria was gonna say, he's like, I mean, yeah, that's true. We did get like 2 free nights on an inn when we solved the rat problem. That's
I think we're in the wrong line of work, guys. That's all I'm saying.
well, at the very least, we'll get a bit of money once we sell some of the things, whatnot, sort that through.
I'm afraid that's it for most of us around here.
Hmm.
We pick up relics and whatnot to sell them, but outside in the cold, harsh world, you're loath to find people who are willing to pay to have problems solved, because, why would they? Just leave the problems.
Yeah, true.
Those are well off enough to pay the right price, are probably well off enough to be hiding behind good walls made of stone, rather than a little picket fence.
Well, at least the lodge exists.
At least the lodge exists, she says, taking a sip from her drink. And with that, Aerith will tell you guys, she will regale the tale of how she and her pals began as rat catchers. And you also learn that Altenheim is actually also built on top of an old city.
Oh,
Like, they literally
Oh, boy.
just,
Where
pay...
could they find more information about there, Amber? On what day of the week?
What do you mean?
I believe there's a side story going on right now, isn't there?
Yeah, but that's in Astoria. That's like a different thing. Altenheim is knowingly built on top of another city. Like, there's just aside from the sewer system, they also have just a layer of like old shops and whatnot. And she says that there's some like guilds who sit down below there. Not the savory type, but But you guys will learn about the city below Altenheim tonight.
We will.
are you telling me that there is an city, beneath the city?
Yeah, there's a city beneath the city. Yeah.
I see.
There's like, I think 3 layers or something to Altenheim. There's quite a few.
That's cool.
Regardless.
Yes.
You guys, we can end the evening here. And go into the next day.
Very well.
Yeah.
Toka's probably not gonna get any sleep between an excited halfling and an excited gnome. We were just trying to extract all the information that they can.
Yeah. He's gonna be sucked dry of information.
Don't say it like that. That's fucking
Oh
weird.
my god!
It's just weird.
Yeah. Right before we do the McSleepies, Victoria would like to just have a quick word with Vincent, unless, well, he will ask if he has like a minute to spare, and yeah, if he says no and he's gonna go to sleep, then that's fine.
He'll say sure, you can have a conversation. What's up?
Well, well, you seemed like you had a lot on your mind earlier. Look, as far as we know, you should be fine now. I don't know if you've tried
No,
doing
I
it.
haven't.
Yeah.
I was going to just before sleep see what happens. Yeah, I guess I do have a bit to think about.
Hmm.
And it's not so much the fear of whether she still has control over me or anything like that, Vittorio. It's letting you guys down.
Mhm.
And the fact that I'm stupid enough to believe that maybe there was ever even a slight chance of innocence in a person. And my naivety getting the best of me again.
Mhm.
And then again with falling asleep and... I don't know, I'm a mess.
Huh. Well,
And I don't want to disappoint you guys anymore.
well, sometimes we all do stupid shit. Sometimes that stupid shit is, well, really bad. Sometimes it doesn't matter that much. In terms of, well, falling for whatever lies or illusions or charm or whatever you want to call it that she had. For all we know, maybe it was magical. Maybe you didn't have that much to say in it. And if you did, well, maybe you'll be a bit more skeptical in the future. At the very least. And hey, none of us actually died or anything of that sort.
But you could have.
Well, yeah, I could have been sucked into the rift there after you tried to trip me up. That's true. But
You'll see him physically look down and break eye contact as you say that.
But you've already apologized for that, so look, what I'm trying to say is the world isn't just black and white. And sometimes you want to go with your gut. Sometimes that pays off. Sometimes it doesn't. And well, there's honestly not much to do about it. Just trying to keep it in the back of your head. The next time something similar might come up. And, and as for the whole falling asleep during watch, well, I'm not gonna lie. You know, it's pretty bad in the grand scheme of things. But, as long as you, you know, get used to, pulling through, it's okay. And lastly, before I, let you go get your sleep, I put the hat on your shoulder. Don't go around saying that you're a disappointment to us, or that you're disappointing us.
Looks up. Sometimes it just... Yeah, I guess it's just a lot of things happening back to back, and I feel like I make a mistake, I recover, and then I fall again.
I mean, even though Zarius has said that he doesn't think or, hold me accountable or anything of the sort for what happened to him, I still feel like I'm responsible for it. And I'm gonna try and be more, well, I'll try and keep it in mind in the future that, yeah, maybe he can't take on as much as he could before.
Yeah. I think, you're much better at this than I thought you would be, Vittorio.
You raises an eyebrow. Better at what exactly?
You make yourself out to be this monster. But you might have the biggest heart out of all of us.
He kind of scowls a bit when you say that he makes himself out to be a monster. I suppose the scowl persists briefly on his face. It's like, I look after those I consider to be, well, I suppose, family of sorts. And, yeah, I don't know. Suppose I have a soft spot for some people, but, yeah.
And give yourself a hard time. Well, I will make sure to do better and keep it in mind in the future. And I appreciate this. You checking in on me. It's nice.
Yeah, well, I give you a hearty pat on the shoulder. Yeah. Just, yeah, it's good to check in every now and again. And hey, I know I'm not, I'm not the best people person out there.
What? You? No, I think all of your grunts are actually quite understandable. I've started to make a list of all of your grunts, actually.
Mm-hmm. That's a new one, I suppose.
You can
You
see him
should
laugh.
see my detailed encyclopedia of Vittorio language.
Yeah. But yeah, I pay attention to people, at the very least.
I noticed. I look up to you a lot, Vittorio.
You does he? Yeah, he just kind of looks a bit taken aback, confused.
You're a lot of what I hope to be able to be one day. You have bravery and wit, knowledge and assessment and maturity. We're lucky to have you. And I feel like sometimes, although I think Zarius believes he's our leader figure sometimes, and he laughs, I think secretly you are. Kind of fist bump your shoulder.
He's like, huh. Hey, thanks. Yeah, thanks. That's good to. As for a leader, he
Hey, you.
he's like, I honestly, most of the time, I just imagine that Lawrence and Zarius thinks they're the ones in charge, and yeah, mostly it's the rest of us that are like, just yeah. Anyway, it's it's fine.
Which can be difficult sometimes, buddy. Especially when you're tired.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and take a walk around the Enclave. And I'll go back home soon. And I appreciate the pep talk. I really do. Vittoria, means a lot.
All right. That's good. I'll see you tomorrow morning then.
You will.
All right. Yeah. We'll head off.
In my attempted walk around the Enclave, I'll just try and, I guess, communicate with the person that's been having some sort of residence in my head. And I'll just say, kind of walking around the Enclave, I'll try and find somewhere quiet, maybe overlooking the vast distance below. Be like, so, still up there? Any thoughts, on using me and crushing me and whatever else?
I normally wouldn't ask this, but can you make me a wisdom check? This is gonna be in Leo. Which side?
I mean, that's pretty good.
Not bad for a +1 mod, I'll take it.
You receive no reply, Vincent, but digging deep inside of yourself, you can feel that there are things there that should not be. A sort of subdued darkness settled within your chest.
Vincent will clutch at his chest with his hand. I don't want anything to do with you, or whoever you are, and I'm not going to be some sort of puppet whenever you need me to. Whatever it is you're trying to do with me, or whatever, I'm not going to let it happen. So I can still feel you somewhere deep down in this void. You can stay there. I don't want your darkness. I don't want the voice, the lies, the deceit. So, yeah. And he'll grab like a random stone and just kind of throw it over the ledge.
And as you
It
throw the
cascades
stone,
down.
as you throw the stone and cascades down, almost in a timely manner, almost as if it was planned, foreseen, maybe. Maybe not by a man, maybe by something higher above. Receive a little message that I posted in your DMs.
I had a little listen to it.
Yep.
You recorded a message?
I
Is
did
it
record a
15
message.
seconds?
Are
Is
these
it
the
15
ones?
seconds?
On the clock.
Are these the ones that I'm allowed to actually respond to?
Yeah. You have 15 seconds to respond, as many words as you want.
Well, as soon as he hears it, he'll kind of like slightly be shocked at all of a sudden hearing Tokus in his head and not being used to it and be like, thank you. I actually just had a word with Vittoria about it. I really appreciate you guys. That's it. So after he throws the stone and he'll turn his back on the cliff and be like, kind of happy that he's done with himself, so much as that's him like parting himself with it. He's gonna pull a confident smile like he usually does and walk back to the tower and go to sleep.
Alright. We're gonna do any stuff related to Vasily when Lawrence is here. Just pretend he also doesn't exist for now.
I feel like it's good to wait a little bit. I feel like Lawrence has some left on red to explain to Vas, if I remember correctly.
No, he replied.
fixed
Wait,
it?
I need to check my messages. Need to check my book to see if he's written anything.
El Chupacabra. Did he?
Do the nitty gritty.
I hope he wrote El Chupacabra in his book.
No, I did not.
So sad. Day ruined.
Let me write another.
I'll let you cook.
She cooking?
Yes, I'm
She
cooking.
cooking
So
something?
while I'm cooking, what would you guys like to do in the next day when morning comes and everybody's still alive?
Oh, nice. So I didn't die.
And none of you are the doppelganger.
Oh yeah, that was only Aerith, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What do you mean by
I
that?
imagine.
Well, I think. Let's see here. Vittorius has a couple of minuscule things to do. He's like gonna commission another Iron Dragon Bolt.
Because you traded yours, right?
Yeah. Luckily,
We have. I'm telling you now how many teeth we have left.
we should have 9 left.
You have 9 teeth left.
Yep.
9
Because
teeth and 3 dragon horns.
yeah, because it was only one tooth, and we never sold them because we realized
They're
that.
really cheap.
Yeah, exactly. The teeth itself are super cheap. But yeah, so the short things that I would like to do today is just get that commission going because I think it was like 2 days of work, to make it into that. Since we're waiting on Vasily stuff until Lawrence is here, nothing really with that, I guess. Go check with Bartlevin and trade off / donate some stock to him, and check on our horsies, I guess. And I don't know if we're gonna wait with Scrayquall stuff until Zarius is also here, or if we are.
You're welcome to go there for me. It's not like Scrapewall likes ours anyway.
Well,
that's true.
that is very,
Yeah,
True,
that's
though.
the truth. Yeah.
Probably gonna like Zari's even less now.
Oh
No.
boy.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I was planning to do on the next day. Sort of go sell the gemstones that we gathered, besides the ones that Zars is clutching to
sell.
his chest.
Yeah, we
sell them.
also have.
Very gracious.
I go look in the party loot. Vittoria is currently carrying
1 banana.
a cache of golden jewelry worth 73 GP.
There you go.
We should just
Also have a bunch of moonstones. I'm gonna have to ask Mark and everyone else what they have, but I'll be doing that. And then I guess go to Jace, check her wares, and go to Scrackle together, kind of hang out. And
I think that is quite fine.
I'll definitely want to come along to see these horses that I've been paying for. Or we had that conversation about like pay for the horses.
Yeah,
we're like, I need to see these goddamn horses.
Yeah,
If you want, you can all visit the horses. They're right near the tower. There's 3 of them. One of them is being paid for exclusively by the Baron, though.
Yeah.
There is one Stoyan quarter horse, a black one, named Artrax.
Yeah.
There is a Stoyan Destrier named Ingir, which is kind of like a war horse. And the other horse is Mondra, which is the Baron's horse, which is a very white horse that kind of looks like the Baron and also acts like the Baron.
Yeah,
Not
that is
racist, just color white.
true. Yeah. Brandon, I think you can find them under
Mount.
mounts. Yeah, companions and mounts or something.
Let's have a look.
Not the construct steed. You will also find that one, but it actually belongs to
Ilmari.
Ilmare. Like she turned it into a cube, and then she unturned it into a cube.
Yeah, she can
course.
cubify her horse.
She can cubify a horse indeed. Now she has like
Kind
a
of
little metal
poggers, if you
horse.
ask me. Metal cube.
Yeah,
I wonder
it's
if I
a lot
can make a
cheaper to
horse.
stable a cube horse.
Damn, I want to make a horse as well. A horse automaton. Can you do that?
Also, Amber, I realized that I need to roll, but yes, I need to roll to see how many tiger boys grew from the last batch, because that was on the 18th.
Okay.
I think I was smart enough to actually. Did I put it here? Yes, there was 3 that was replanted.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that means, what did we roll last time? It was like
20,000. I believe so.
I think it was D3s, or let me quickly check. It should be one of the messages here.
Very well.
Yeah, because that was not in my to-do list, but since the date was wrong, then you know.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Amber. We
No,
could've prepared for
that's
this.
not what I said.
No. I'm
Could've
not taking
paid for
any
this.
responsibility.
Very wise, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, it's a D3 per mushroom. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is pretty good.
Is that what we wanted? Did we win?
I mean, it's better than nothing. Well,
Nice.
than all ones.
Always better than nothing.
Okay, I will note that down. Put it down here. All right, where do we want to start? We might as well do the group stuff immediately, or
Sure. We wanted to get to the horses, right? That was most of the group stuff, or was there anything else?
Well, I don't know. If Vincent would like to come with this great ball or not?
Does Vincent
Yeah,
have
I mean,
anything?
I don't have like anything particular to do, and I think for Vincent on this, it'd be quite refreshing to just go around with his amigos and
Oh, have you ever met Scrackle?
make fun of things to, I guess, lighten up everything. So yeah, he will go around with.
He's never
with-
met Scrackle.
Nice.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think Ilmari is with very well either. Cough, cough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can finally flex on this woman. God damn.
I will definitely.
fuck?
I'll definitely
the
just join them for pretty much any activity that they need doing. I'll just be an extra aiding hand or whatever else, because the only thing that I imagine that Vincent would do aside from that, like I said, is probably go around looking for some sort of telescope, then find out that they're incredibly expensive and be like, what the hell?
They also don't
Don't worry
have
about it.
telescopes for underground, so like.
I can get you a telescope, Vincent. Don't worry about it.
And then after finding out that telescopes are incredibly expensive, he would probably be talking about it all day, being like, guys, do you know telescopes are this much gold? Like, what?
That's
Mind blown.
quite a lot of money.
Bind them alone.
Considering all I'm trying to do is look at some stars, I mean, come on.
Well, I believe we could probably get you a telescope, or I suppose acquire one.
Well, I have already begun my plan to acquire a telescope. Our friend, our gnome friend, our old gnome friend, who seems to have a lot of telescopes.
Are you going to rob him?
Well, a
I hope
wise
you do.
woman once said that stealing sometimes is the gateway to knowledge, or something along those lines.
Are you gonna
Oh, she must have
steal
been
from
very
our benefactor?
wise.
Yes, she was, and I am simply testing the theory.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's a wise idea.
I'm not
I
stealing
mean-
it. I am borrowing it for research. Right? That's what you guys say, intellectuals? Yes?
I suppose this could work. I mean, if it
I
is
agree.
magical. Who said that?
Dilbar says that.
Okay. My face where I thought it was Jace. No, please. I'm not a burglar.
I imagine you're not talking about this in front of Jace, so
No,
like we were
Yeah,
just
no,
this guy
no,
picked her up.
no,
So
we're not. We're not. Tokus nods. I believe. I mean, if we can probably organize something, it's a college, a magical college. So I'm sure they lend out equipment for students or people related to it. I mean, if we do visit it and end up in Gronkin's laboratory, then I'm sure he will be more glad to lend out some equipment.
Oh, for
Of
sure.
course.
I mean, he did say it's very basic equipment, so I'm sure he has thousands of them laying around. What will he know if
I-
one goes missing?
I'm not sure. Someone should have thousands of telescopes for you. Usually, just need one.
I don't know. Some people like thousands of guns or thousands of swords.
Yes,
is this some sort of personal attack?
I
Because I'm
would
standing
never.
right here. Okay, good, because like, if you have a problem with me, you can just, look at me in the eye. I know you have to look up a bit, but like you can look me in the eye and you could just say it.
I'm sorry.
Just so you know, and I will look her in the eye. Just so you know,
Uh-huh.
someone this short could kick your ass. Just so you know that. I just want you to know that.
Alrighty. I'd like you to try. I don't think you could even reach my ass if you tried with the fucking tiny legs.
I'll just gaze her up and down and be like, she's fucking right.
I can
This
give
is
you a
what they
list if you want.
But I will not state this. I'll simply just.
She like leans down, like cranes her head, and she says, "This is what they call punching upwards."
Yes, well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll get our fight one day. It's too civil around these streets for what would happen if we engaged in combat.
Oh, of course. This. She like makes like a motion around the place, which is, I mean, the Deep Delver's Enclave is. It's alright, it's got some like cute little houses, some of which are partial ruins. There's some horses in like dwarven mounds standing outside in a like pit, like a fenced-in area. She's like, "Oh yes, of course, the civilized world."
Exactly.
It's okay. We can do it on the cover of night. Tonight we can have a little fight, you and me.
Well, I have been invited to many fights at
Oh,
night,
have you?
but this is one I will take.
Oh, you did not accept the other one, so are you afraid you wouldn't be able to see in the dark?
Well, funny you say that, actually. I have incredibly good eyesight in the dark.
Oh, so like you were afraid of something else in the dark.
It's called superior evolution. It's in the genes, you see.
Oh, of course. Yes. In your genes.
Anyway,
look up Victoria.
I'm over this because I'm
Victoria just
baffled
like-
in this conversation, and I think we should go off and do something productive. Because, honestly, Elmara, I just grow tired of your bickering. And I'll act like I'm the superior here and just straddle along.
Her eyebrows raise.
Probably don't keep this kind of attitude in front of the dragon. You know how they are. They don't really.
Whoa,
let you
whoa,
be-
seeing a dragon?
Yeah. Did you not hear it?
No, I was too busy listening to Elmari's incredibly annoying high-pitched voice.
Oh,
You don't have to
yeah,
listen
of
to me.
course.
I can literally just leave right now, like. but I would be afraid that you would come running after me like a little puppy
I
again.
knew that was coming. I knew it. I was just kind of walking. I knew it. I shouldn't have done it. I'll look at Victoria in the eyes. I knew I shouldn't have done it. I knew it.
But what did you do if you knew you shouldn't have done it?
Because he is stupid. He expects, like, he does the same thing time and time again, and he expects a different outcome. I think this is pretty much one of the things that crazy people do.
This is an undoubtedly mistaken use of the scientific experiment. Vincent, if there is a thesis that repeats itself with the same result multiple times, then there is probably a factor that determines that outcome, and you should change your approach.
Okay, so you're ruining my walk away from the conversation. With
Oh,
your words,
this
like,
is
thesis.
what it
This is
is.
the part where I'm like walking away so that it
Oh.
looks like
Oh, okay.
I don't want to engage in the conversation anymore.
Sorry, I thought you were excited to meet the dragon. That's
Well, I am also excited to meet the dragon, which is why I'm walking in the direction of the dragon, right?
I think so. Turns around. Yep, that checks out.
You guys could pick up Jace and go towards Critical's cavern.
All right.
So how big is this dragon? I'll just start as we're walking. So how big is this dragon? Is it like huge? Is it like what Zarius wishes he was? Or?
It's you hit the nail on the hammer. No, wait. Yes.
Actually, took us.
Hit the
I think
hammer
it's
on the-
hitting the nail on the head.
I think that everyone is entitled to being
No,
wrong.
Tokas, it's okay. I have corrected you, and it's okay.
I am sorry that you think so, Vincent, but nonetheless, it's a pretty huge, very big lizard. I mean, you've seen plenty of dragons, so I'm sure you know how
Oh
big
yes,
they
I've killed hundreds, of course.
are. Yep, hundreds now. I thought it was 10, but I guess they multiplied by another factor of the same value. He's not exactly the most aggressive. He's very interested in stories and books and tales, so I'm sure that you'll have plenty of tales to tell him. And I
It's like my
suppose,
type of dragon.
yeah, I heard Jay say that he wasn't exactly in the best of moods, so I'd like to find out why. Usually, when a dragon is not in a good mood, something really bad must have happened.
All right. Well, people skills, dragon skills, conversing skills,
Creature skills?
something that I'm pretty versed at. So I shall not piss the dragon off.
More than he already is, I suppose. Oh, that reminds me. And he turns around to Mare. This might interest you more than Vincent. There is actually another dragon in the mountain that you might already know, knowing your skills. He's a tinkerer. Funnily enough.
You
How did
think
you-
because I'm a tinkerer, like we know each other, like
I
like
mean,
all the tinkers in the
no,
world
that's-
just magically know each other? Like
mean,
I
I
have some
di- I
sort of
didn't-
yellow phone book.
I didn't
I
know
just
you
know, like-
before, so I'm not exactly assuming that, but I thought that since you travel a lot, I thought you might have stumbled upon him already.
She shakes her head.
Well, I suppose we could maybe add that on the list. He seems to be pretty old, and well, he might have some blueprints that might interest you.
Well, if we don't all die horribly in this first meeting, then maybe we can think about meeting another dragon. You know.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, he owes us his life, sort of. So I suppose there's that. If it really goes badly, we might try to have some leverage. I really think that's not a good idea now that I think about it.
As you guys leave, like following the river, having picked Jace up, who is like kind of nervous, kind of excited, but she will walk by your side.
Let me just do a little funny thing, a little whimsical thing that we all know and love. Just to make sure, just to be sure.
Of course, you can. Yeah. All right. That's a really good roll for holding Jace's hand sneakily. Don't
No,
worry.
it's
Nice.
So anyway, as you guys follow the river down into the mushroom cavern, the musky, moly scent grows stronger and clearer as you enter this glowing, gloomy forest of mushrooms. Dim blue, quiet purple, ominous red, glimmers from narrow-topped mushrooms standing like stacks of spears. And from the dark gills of behemoth tree-like fungi that spread their caps like enormous umbrellas, you can definitely tell that the mushrooms have grown in your absence.
I was about to say. Did the cavern get bigger as well? Or is my impression?
This cavern looks the same. It almost feels more crowded because the mushrooms are starting to get that big.
Maybe that's why he's grumpy, because he doesn't have any more space.
It's out of space.
Well-
Regardless, you guys make it to the area that you know is like sort of the entrance. I'm gonna quickly get rid of this music. There we go. You guys make it to the entrance of what you know to be kind of where Scrakewool just began building their cavern initially. And he's not there. Usually he would be lying around like the entrance, you know, blocking it with his mass. But you do not see Scrakewool here.
This is kind of interesting.
Oh,
Can you
should it
tell us?
be here?
Well, you should. This is his home, after all. I mean, they shouldn't really walk around too much. I mean, he's a dragon. There's not a lot of space to go through.
I look around the cavern. Can I make a
Hmm.
perception check? Maybe he's buried in the mushrooms, or an investigation check, which would be marginally better.
The small cavern that he used to have seems to have been dug through, and like it just continues cascading into the darkness, like further
Oh.
ahead.
Oh, so there's a tunnel.
There is indeed a tunnel, yes.
Oh boy. It looks ahead. Or maybe, and then he points ahead. He's about there. Maybe he's remodernating, adding more room since the mushrooms are growing so big.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you know, like I heard him just the other day, like when I was there, but like I didn't want to go inside because, like, you know,
Are you sure you want to come in? Do you want to stay out?
maybe I should like stay outside. I mean, if you're going in, then like I don't know if you should go in alone. You know, like that would be probably.
I mean, yeah, I just if you don't feel safe, that I mean, I'll do my best to make sure that yes, okay, well,
It's fine. He's not going in alone. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of him.
Togus turns around.
She
gives
whips
you
her
a
head up
blur
at you,
throughout the
Vincent, and she
glasses.
smiles. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Yes.
Don't worry. I'll keep Big Hat here safe and sound.
all right, well, let's find him, I guess. And Tokus begins marching inside that long tunnel.
All right.
They disappear, never to be seen again.
The other people go in as well.
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
All right. In that case, you all step into the bleak darkness, the soft carpet of lichen and mushrooms and moss that Scrinkle is almost like naturally grown because he dug this cavern out himself initially, and so it was completely empty. But now there's this carpet beneath you, and it just stretches out into the tunnel ahead. You see several offshoots going into different chambers that all have dead ends. But the tunnel continues until it is finally broken by a soft, eerie light ahead, where you see clusters of luminescent mushrooms raining down their spores from the ceiling. Almost felt like forming this perpetual bank of mist. You can also hear a soft rumbling sound here.
Oh,
Something living.
Oh, rumbling. Okay, that kind of rumbling.
So please tell me that the sound of rumbling is the dragon we're after, who's definitely on our side.
I mean, yeah, of course he is. Well, I think so. Last time he was. I'm not sure what happened to him. Yeah, that should be the sound of him.
Do we approach?
Yeah, that should be fine. Amber, can I make a little perceptive trickamaroonie?
You may.
See if I can actually pinpoint where he is. Yeah. Well, that's a 7.
Oh, rough.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
He should be somewhere up ahead.
That is indeed what tutorial says. He's like, well, he should be somewhere up ahead. Let's let's just keep going, and once we get a bit closer, we can just announce ourselves.
I'm sure he won't mind seeing some old faces. Anyways, let's go.
Mhm.
And he begins marching forward.
Very well.
All right. Rounding a few more bends in this very angular cavern, it opens up into that larger space. And you can see an almost toadstool-like silhouette laying like at the center of this cavern,
My little
which has been like, it's almost like, you know, those glow in the dark stars that you have on like children's ceilings, you know, are like painted all over the walls and the ceiling, the shape of mushrooms. And there's also these large spire-like structures. I have a picture of them that dominate the room around it. Here we go. Which are also all covered in these large mushrooms. Little creatures like bats flit in and out between the toadstools, disturbed by your presence.
It's just to be clear, those are not shadow seal pillars, right? Right?
They don't look like shadow steel spires, no.
Okay, that's good.
If anything, they look like stalagmites.
Yeah.
They have mushrooms
Shadow
growing all
steel.
over them. Stop.
Is the boy inside this larger room?
It was
You
in
can
the
make me a
middle.
perception check. Yeah.
I
I mean, if you
shall.
don't believe my description about this big lump, then you may also make a perception
Oh,
check.
Yeah, you know.
yeah, big lump. I thought it was a big lump of
Wow,
mushrooms.
Victoria's headed straight in that direction.
Yeah, guess that makes sense. Maybe he's sleeping.
Right. You head towards the lump, which is evidently like moving in and out, you know, like a breathing motion. And you can also hear the soft rumbling that is echoing off the walls
Bless him.
emanate from here.
I love him so much.
Well, I suppose we should say that we're here, so he doesn't get too jumpy if we get closer.
Scrackle? Hello? It is us. We're back.
How close do you guys get?
Like like a solid maybe 20 feet? That doesn't sound too
Right.
annoying.
Yeah.
My lord Scrackle, please don't eat me.
You can hear the rumbling and also almost like the huffing. Like a huffing motion. Let's see. Do I have this one? I think I do. Oh, yes.
He's such a blessed boy.
Such a good boy. Blowing the oink oink.
It's a mushroom dragon.
There's a slight bit of movement around one side of the lump, but it kind of just like stays balled up.
I look at Vittoria. Is my voice too quiet?
You
No,
just
it's
look.
quite loud.
Is it? Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry.
sharp too. No, don't worry about it.
Like,
I just have big ears.
Very
They're
big ears.
beautiful.
well, I can
Shut
just.
up.
I can just. Very cool. You there? I guess you're taking a nap, which we're rudely interrupting, but
You see like slight bits of twitching along the skin of what you can evidently see is Scrayquall's back now. Almost like the muscles underneath contracting, and you hear another growl. A none too pleased one. After the skin twitches, Vittorio. I think you, Vittorio.
Mhm.
Let's see. I think you have pretty decent perception. I think Vincent does too.
I think
Can you guys make me perception check?
Oh, okay.
You guys, Vittorio and Vincent?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Because
Let's
if I,
see.
off the top of my head, you have like 11.
Yeah, I have 30.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, 11. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this. Wow, pretty good.
Nice.
Everyone
job,
rolls the
guys.
same result.
DC
Everyone's like, look at
25.
this.
What's that?
Look at that, guys.
Look at that! What's that twitch?
Between all of the twitching, yes. Vittorio, you, Vincent, and Omar see it all three at the same time. These strange lumps on around Scrayquall's back. Bulbous. Distinctly not mushrooms.
No, he's sick.
Hmm.
What the fuck did you eat? I told you to wash your hands once you
There are
stop
these
digging.
weird bulbous masses on his back.
Vincent doesn't know whether this is any different or than normal, so I guess he'll just look at the others for clarification.
Ilmara is just like her ears have like turned down and her nose is kind of like she's kind of like pulling like a disgusted face. She's like, that looks kind of fucking gross.
Yeah, Victoria's like, oh, that doesn't.
What have they done to me, boy?
That doesn't actually look good at all.
Can I try and see what
You-
they're pointing at?
Yeah, you may see. Can you roll me 3d4, one of you? Like it's important, so like whoever rolls it, important thing, no big
I
deal.
rolled 1d4 and it's a 1. Come on, guys.
Oh,
1d4.
yeah. I mean,
Oh.
yeah. Let's just roll one each. That's fine. Yeah.
I got a 2. Go on, give us a 3, Vittorio.
Oh fuck! That's a 4.
Man.
All right, you see 7 in total, like counting. You see 7 of these big bulbs. They're kind of like not sitting on top of the skin. It's more like the skin has literally made a hole like around. It's like in this hole around these bulbs.
Oh, that's
Could
gross.
I'm sorry for the people with trypophobia, but
Literally like.
Oh
ugh.
my god. Ugh. I didn't think about it like that, but Jesus Christ, now it's worse.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Would it be a medicine check or like an animal handling nature or a nature check to figure out what kind of, if this is like a parasite or a disease
How close do you want to get
or like
for that?
20 feet, something like that? I do have dark vision. Maybe that helps.
You do have dark vision, I hope.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope. Otherwise, what are you?
Yeah, true. I do have dark vision.
If it's intelligence animal handling, I will assist you. As
I mean, if you would like, you can
Oh.
try. Yeah.
Yeah, just need to know what I can try.
Yeah, intelligence animal handling is look fair if you would like to do that. Yeah.
That's a fair answer. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I will assist. As Vittoria is like, yeah, he basically said, yeah, that doesn't look good at all, and then he starts pulling out some a book, I guess.
My little baby, what did they do to you? Who did this? I will kill them with fire and burn their bones.
Togas, you definitely. You search your knowledge on animals and plants, and you and Vittoria put your heads together, and you're like, all right, parasites. I mean, there are parasites in animals, that burrow into the skin and I guess make their home there, and then they're lay their eggs, and then larvae, absorb those liquids, I guess. Although, admittedly, your knowledge on dragons is
Massive, since I have all the memories of Blacklaw, now I have all the memories of the deep dragons, right? Right.
I don't think so.
I have a lot of made-up memories from
That's
all of
also
my.
not what you asked me. You're like, you wanted to know
No, I
about this
know, I
animal stuff,
know,
so
I know. I fluked it. No, I didn't. I just wanted to know
fluked
this thing.
it. But yeah, I mean, it could be a parasite.
Yeah, well,
Out of just curiosity, we don't know that much about Deep Dragon's reproductive system, right?
No.
Yeah, okay.
are you bringing it up in character or out of character?
No, that was out of character, because I don't think that's the first thing Vittoria would go to.
He's doing mitosis. He's splitting.
Yeah, maybe. Mm-mm.
So it's safe to say that this isn't normal.
No,
No.
that's not normal at all. I believe that might be a parasite. Don't know how he got it, but it for sure does not look like it's doing good.
Well, I mean, fuck. I mean, Arnoldin isn't. Yeah, maybe.
Kills people, not dragons, sadly.
Yes, though he is quite good when it comes to remedies that specifically exist here in Blacklaw.
Well, he might know something.
I hope he does. It looks fucking gross.
That's not nice to tell our
I
patient.
mean, it's
that
twitching right as we speak. Look at that thing.
even if it's gross, you shouldn't say it. At least not
Can-
when you're in front of him.
Amber, I would like to.
Make a gross check.
No.
Like a gross
I
trick,
would-
yes,
I
pretty
would-
gross.
I would like to. Because these are on primarily his, back, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to. Vittoria, he's like, okay, I'm gonna get a bit closer to his head and see if, well, I can't get him to, at least, yeah, maybe hear or say something.
Alright, don't get bitten to death.
And be careful, that could be contagious.
Yep.
That's also true.
Yep.
But that would definitely be fucking lethal for you, Vittorio. I have a fucking pustule that big.
Yeah.
The size of a dragon on your back, yeah.
The size of a dragon, yes.
You fucking float up like a hot air balloon.
I'll look at Ilmari. I'm like, hey, you got any? Well, let's just say you're the least favorite booze you have with you. I'll pay you back.
Are you
What do you wanna do with
starting
that?
to
You wanna
drink
take yourself
again?
into a stupor? I mean, yeah, it's kind
No.
of gross, but
I just need some alcohol, high percentage.
she hands you a bottle. It's just instantly in her hand. She
It
just
says
hands you
high
the bottle.
percentage.
Thank you.
It's someone double look, where is she getting this from? Like, what the-
She's wearing this long trench coat,
My
but
coat of
where does
alcohol.
it keep going?
Literally.
I will take just to get some cloth, and soak it a little bit, and then just make sure it's not too wet, and then I'll tie it, around my nose,
You want
mouth.
to breathe in alcohol?
Well,
Yes.
yes.
Alright,
and
go ahead.
yeah, and then I'll also try and pour a bit on my hands as well. Try and make them a bit.
Okay.
Yes, sterile. And then then I'll slowly approach his head,
Alright.
and I will literally get up right next to him. I'm not like trying to stealth, but I'm walking slowly.
Mm-hmm. As you round Scraggle, you can see that they're completely like curled in on themselves, and you will eventually come around to the height of his head, where you see his large, dish-shaped, milky eyes stare at you.
I'll like put put a hand on his head. I'm like,
You immediately see the lips like pull up to reveal teeth.
like, hey, Scraggle. How? You're not doing so well, are you?
They
You
rumble all over.
have these really big pustules or growths on your back. Don't look like mushrooms.
Your flash teeth again.
I mean, Vittoria is not like he's staying where he is. Did you go out delving somewhere? Did you run into some creatures? Did you eat something?
There's this like soft, like almost like wet sound as Craigwell's like head slides along the moss and just like tucks further into their body.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, around the other side,
Sus.
Ilmara has gone kind of like paler than she than she already was.
Damn.
She's like, I'm pretty sure what I'm looking at is not. This is not. I don't know what to call that.
It's not a healthy dragon, that it is.
I don't know.
Are you
If you're going to be
squeamish,
sick,
perhaps?
yeah, I was about to say I didn't take you for the type of person to be squeamish, but you can walk away from this,
How would you feel, Vincent, if you had apples growing out of your back?
It looks visibly disturbed.
No comment.
Well,
Like apple-sized holes in your back, and then apples were growing out of them. The thought alone leaves me quite.
well, yes, that is pretty disgusting.
It is disgusting. It looks disgusting as well. That one keeps like. Ugh. She points at one of them, which is like twitching and like bulging. Like, just takes a step back.
Mm.
A few
Wonder
moments
what
later,
happened.
it pops,
Oh,
Oh, shit.
tearing open, and with a squelch. In the tiniest screech. A small head. It begins to worm its way out.
Oh my god! Wait.
Yeah,
Wait, be careful. This could not be birth. This could literally be like Skaven
Yeah, I was
nests
about
or
to
something.
say, I was really happy, but then I realized this might not be his.
Instinctively, I will grab up my halberd.
I will look at what it is because instinctively that's who I am.
Elmara's already got a gun on it as well.
Don't point the gun at the dragon babies, if they are dragon babies.
They are the tiniest, ugliest little dragon baby.
Oh, it's okay.
And that is where we will end session for today.
Oh my
the
god,
relief,
Scrackle is a
relief.
mama. I didn't know about it.
The
I
kind
thought it
of
was a big
tension that it was
boy.
like, wait, what is she gonna say? Oh, okay, it's okay.
She's a big girl. She's not.
That could have gone either way. That could have been, and Skaven start
It
crawling
could
out
be
of her back, and you're like, oh my god.
xenomorphs, or it could have been dragon babies, and it was dragon babies.
However, that is an absolutely disgusting way of reproducing. I'm not gonna lie, that is absolutely grim.
Actually, it is it is used in it happens in the real world. There's a creature called the Suriname toad, and I based the dragons off of them.
Jesus Christ.
They carry their babies on their back
Back.
in little sacks, and that's where they worm their way out of later.
Yeah.
It is not for people who have trypophobia for sure, because if you want to look like the least creepiest version, just look at a lotus flower, and that's what it looked like. But yeah, Suriname toads, little gross boys.
Amazing.
Bless.
But we'll leave this for next session.
Thank you so much for the session.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
I'm
so
so
much.
happy to
It's-
know that Scrackle is a mum. If she's a mum, I don't know if male toads can birth tiny
It's not a
things.
toad, he's a dragon.
Well, I
Well,
don't know if male toad dragons can
Toad
birth
dragons.
Toad
dragons. but-
dragons! My favorite dragon, the toad dragon.
The mushroom toad dragon.
Oh, bless. This is good though. Like, oh, well, actually, dragon. No, never mind.
I was about to say
Wait a minute.
there was
It's good in one sense, but it's also kind of bad.
No, it was
There
it
was-
was all making sense in my head because what I was going with that was that now we have a colony of dragon protecting the enclave. But then I remembered the dragons kind of fuck off once they get old enough.
that is true, and also the fact that there's now gonna be 7 small
Assholes.
small assholes
No, they're
going
tiny
around.
babies.
So-
Come on.
Though then again,
Babies, and after a few hours, they will be smarter than all of you.
No, that's not true.
It
What do you
took
mean?
us.
I was about to say, it took me 34 years, bitch. What do you mean?
Mm,
Don't you try to surpass me now?
Uh,
yeah, I was like, hold on, yeah, maybe it's a Pergonan ant. Who knows?
This was really cooking something back there.
Yeah,
Didn't open the pot till the end.
damn. But yeah, no. Thank you very much for hosting, Amber. This was a nice and chill session.
it was
I
lovely.
think we had some very good RP,
Definitely.
it's
and
nice.
we're finally back in the Enclave. We're gonna deal with some stuff, and then I guess, yeah, and then we're gonna take it from there.
And that we will. With a lot more things incoming, apparently. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn, we need
That is
to,
for next week.
to make a dragon daycare before
Yeah.
we leave.
Oh, good lord.
We'll
I
have
really
to.
like that movie, Daddy Daycare.
Fair enough.
I hope no one will come here to steal his babies or her babies. I don't know. I never asked Crackle if she's a girl
They're
or a
babies.
boy.
You
There.
guys
Dear
just keep
baby.
calling him a boy, so
That's fair
A boy is
enough.
like BOI is gender neutral and everyone knows it.
I mean, yeah, because they never told us.
No one needs to know that
Either,
they've given
so-
birth. It's fine. No one needs to know that these whelplings are here for now.
Oh
You're
yeah,
right, you're
no,
right. No
yeah,
one will have to
mhm,
know.
mhm.
It's like the fucking dragon just opens your tiny window in your house at
At-
night, slides a fucking talon on your throat and says, "No one will know."
Mhm. At the very least, with their genetic memory and stuff, at least they will hate the Skaven, so that's good.
They're
I'm
born
afraid
filled
of.
with hatred.
I'm afraid of what Zarius will do with these whelplings, to be honest. But we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll
Worst
see.
case
if he-
scenario, Zarius
dies.
kidnaps one to
No,
use it
worst
in,
case
in a ritual.
Worst case scenario, Sarius dies.
Yeah, straight up.
He dies.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the worst scenario. If Zarius kidnaps a bunch of infants.
Well, that's the
What
point. He dies trying to
Yeah,
kidnap a bunch of
Oh, of
infants.
course.
And
He,
it's the worst case scenario because it wasted a dragon heart on him.
he gets within 5 feet of one of these fucking whelps, and a Scrayclaw literally just
3
launches him.
legendary actions, multi-attack 6 times. Zarius is bygone at the 3rd.
Nightmare breaths him into the fucking next life.
Whoa.
Mm.
Phantasmagoria.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Scrackle helps children.
And I'm very much looking forward to next session now.
Mhm.
Yes.
But yes, we will see you next week at the normal time. And
Then
yeah,
we can have a look at Jace's stock as well, because I also already finished that.
hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that was what I wanted to do while selling the gold. Which, by the way, we'll have to make a sum up of all the gems and crystals we have to sell.
Indeed, we can
Very well.
we can do that during the week. Make a little thread.
Very well.
Yeah. But yes, thank you all for watching. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.